But Hello everyone, and welcome to a special edition of Sovereign Citizen. Typically it goes by Sovereign Citizen Saturday or Sovereign Citizen Sunday, but it's not alliterative today, so instead we're just going to be doing Sovereign Citizen Watch. But today, we're not looking at a plethora of many different Sovereign Citizens. Today we're looking at my new obsession, Marcel Bessette. Now, before we begin, I think I need some, let's call them legal disclaimers here. First of all, no one go and interact with Marcel, okay? Leave him alone. We're gonna have some fun here looking at some of his content and sort of explaining why what he's saying isn't true, but I don't want any of you to go harass him, okay? Secondarily, the things that I am stating here are my own opinion, okay? This is not legal advice. This is not any sort of accusation, okay? These are my opinions. Great. All our bases are covered. So, welcome everyone to the Marcel Bessette Power Hour. Now, we're gonna probably bide a little bit of time here, just because, I kind of wanted to start... See, Marcel saw some of the videos that I did on him, and he left me quite a series of comments on YouTube, so we're gonna go ahead and read those comments once my producer, Baha, compiles them. We're gonna get to that, but it's gonna be a good time. If Marcel shows up, by the way, I would love to have him on to talk about this. He says he wants to come on the show, so maybe we'll have Marcel on sometime to talk about his sovereign citizen beliefs. That might be a good time. Let me get to these bit messages and everything, though. MMO addicted to 20-bit's explanation behind the Warriors for Christ channel having so many subs but so little views. It was once known as the Vigilant Christian. Here's a wiki article. Yeah, a bunch of people commented that to me on YouTube after I put that clip up, so thank you everyone for clarifying that. Mystery solved. Cotton Candy 903, thank you for subscribing with a 6-month streak. Woo, 6 months. Siberian Winter, thank you for subscribing with a 2-month streak. Siberian Winter says, been watching you and Jake since the Bible Reloaded days, and now I've been here for 2 months. Keep fighting a good fight and being awesome. Thank you. We just started a hype train also. Comrade Capernicus with 100 bits. Thanks for the great content. Thanks for watching it. It wouldn't be great if there weren't people here to come and watch it, so I appreciate it. Lavender Amberly with 100 bits. Thank you. MMO Addicted with 20 bits. In case you missed it, explanation for the warrior. Oh, you just posted that a second time. Yeah, I saw it. Thank you. I don't need all the legal stuff. Just declare that you're sovereign and you're set. That's how it works, right? Marcel, by the way, if you're watching this, I do not consent to any sort of legal action you want to take against me, and that's how it works, right? You say if I don't consent, no one can contract with me without my consent. I don't wish to contract with you, Marcel. The Meru Sama, thank you for the 20 bits. Hey chat, once I get my pitiful stimulus check and my next paycheck, I'll be able to pay off my piece of shit credit card that's been hanging over my head for 10 years. Excited. Hey, that's nice. Good for you. Fickett Izzy with 100 bits. Today's good queer book rec is Girl, Serpent, Thorn by Melissa Basherdoust. Based off of Iranian folklore, this story is full of magic, trickery, and bad decisions, featuring a disaster by main character and a really interesting cast. This story really digs into bodily autonomy and healthy relationships through magic. Nice. That's, Girl, Serpent, Thorn by Melissa Basherdoust. MMO Addicted with 20 bits. Sorry for the double. That one was early in the stream, so I doubled it just in case. That's okay. But typically, I go back to the top of the chat when I can for the streams. Thank you, though. Cotton Candy 903 with 20 bits. My grandfather just died of COVID. My dad thought it was okay to just text me about it. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry. Condolences. That XY girl with 20 bits. Hannah, I was so happy when you found Marcel. He's my favorite sovereign citizen too, but I'm worried now that he's interacting with you. It'll probably be fine. Of course Alright, thank you! I do say probably, though, because you never know. But, you know, I don't think anything's gonna... He did say he wants to come on the show, so that might be fun. Sort of talk about his beliefs and why he believes them. Admiral Owl with 100 bits says, nothing important to say, just hi, friends. Are we talking sovereign citizens? I'm a judge. You're fucked. We're talking about that sovereign citizen, actually, today, so yes. Probably a Lannister with 20 bits. Oh, hi, everybody. 33% to the level 1 of the hype train. Okay, let me turn the share screen off for a second so I can grab those screenshots from my email. Oh, okay. I'll just wait. Oh, I thought you said done. I'm sorry. That XY girl, Marcel here is what worries me. Not in a super serious way, just in a drama way. Oh, it'll be fine. I'm not worried about it. Again, I do not consent to contract with Marcel Bessette. And since he claims that's how that works, then it must work. Because if he tries to do anything to me, then it's just proof that what he's saying isn't true, right? If he tries to contract with me in any way by suing me or putting a lien against me, whatever he happens to do, I'm saying I don't consent to contract with him, and that's how he says it works when he doesn't want to do things the government says to him. Therefore, if he does that to me, it just proves him wrong, and I don't think he wants to do that. Schwip Trap Schwup 32 with 50 bits. Hi, Hannah. You might want to get a mute button for him if he's on the show. I would be able to mute him. Probably a Lannister with 20 bits. Hype, hype, hype. Bellstar with 100 bits. My shit-ass job just had to pay me 20 days of unused PTO bits. Nice. CB23 with 100 bits. I subbed. Not sure it worked. I didn't see it, so I don't think it did work. Maybe it's just delayed, though. Who knows? 30 seconds left on the hype train. I don't think we're gonna do it today. Cotton Candy 903 with 20 bits. Have some more bits, and thanks for the condolences, of course. Comrade Capernicus with 100 bits. Thank you. Lavender Amberly with 100 bits. Thank you. Dr. Xanadu with 100 bits. Last second hype. Only 10 seconds left. Tabby Sue to you. Have bits, beautiful. That XY girl with 100 bits. 83% with 5 seconds. Ah! CB23 with, oh, we're so close. Oh, did we do it at the last second? That was so close. That was so close. That was literally last second. That was literally last second. I think Lord Necro JZ is the one that pushed that over. Just enough with the 400 bits. Thank you. Cotton Candy 903 with 100 bits. Lavender Amberly with 200 more bits. Maquette ES, thank you for gifting 2 subs. Comrade Catpernicus with 100 bits. Probably a Lannister with 50 bits. Says, oh snap. We're at 93% of the level 2 hype train. You just sent it? Great. Thank you. I appreciate it. Sorry, I kept brushing you. Let me see. Oh my god, that's a lot of emails from Alta. Jesus Christ. I bought makeup online from you guys once. I don't need you to email me 50 times. Jesus. Probably a Lannister with 50 bits. Takes more. Gotta get this hype train up. Level 2 complete. Nice. Bumble Homestead, thank you for gifting a sub. Lavender Amberly with 100 bits. CA Corner with 20 bits. Bits to celebrate my being down 37 pounds from July 15th. Wow, congratulations. That's tough. Good for you. Towing24, thank you for subscribing at Tier 1. Woo Sovereign Citizens. Cotton Candy 903 with 100 bits. Woo Hype. Let me go back and see if... Still haven't gotten the email. Interesting. It's probably just taking a second. It'll come in soon.
That's right, capitalistic propaganda.
Jim Nona, thank you for following, by the way. I missed your thing earlier. Thicket Izzy with 100 bits bonus rack. Check out the Untamed or Mo Dao Zushi. It's great. Good queer Chinese book and drama and cartoon. Did I see this creepiness? And then there's a link. Let me look.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
Oh no. Yikes. Cyberpunk, completely unfinished. I still didn't get it. Okay, just making sure. Batty Bell, thank you for gifting 5 Tier 1 subs.
Funny about the tools of capitalism.
You are just the best at gift subbing, let me tell you. The best. Bellstar, I'm a judge and you're fucked. This guy we're gonna watch, yeah. We'll go over that too, for people who maybe missed that. The I'm a judge, you're fucked stuff. Wordboo, thank you for gifting a sub. Lord Necro JZ, thanks for another 100 bits. Cotton Candy 903, almost there. And then Logarth with 100 bits, hype train. 7% of level 5. I might put on my tinfoil jacket today, honestly. Because this sovereign citizen is borderline on the conspiracy theory stuff, so maybe for the hype train I'll put on the jacket as well as some hats and stuff.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
KR Goss says, my husband was shoveling and came in to say that it's some wet-ass precipitation. Probably a Lannister, thanks for the 20 bits. Where's my spam folder? Weird that it's still not showing up. Admiral Owl with 600 bits. Build the hype. Carlos the Tiger with 50 bits. Hannah, have you seen the YouTube channel for Doug Tenaple? No, never heard of him. Do you have a link? I'll check it out. Cotton Candy 903 with 100 bits says bits. Thanks for the bits. There we go. Hooray! Yep, just got it.
Funny about the tools of capitalism. There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
Okay. So we'll get to that in a second. Cotton Candy 903, thanks for the bits. Animated guy who made Earthworm Jim, Mog a lunatic now. Oh no. Saved under chuds.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
Lord Necro Jay-Z with 350 bits. Last bit of my bits from me till next year. Woot. Thank you. Appreciate that.
There's nothing funny about the tools of
The
capitalism.
Pseudosapien, thank you for subscribing with Prime. 7-month streak. Wow, we're at 64% of the level 5. And I thought we wouldn't even get to 1 today. That's awesome. This is the best community on Twitch, I'm telling you. Every Twitch streamer says that, but I'm the only one who means it. Probably a Lannister with 50 bits. How the turntables. Why is this all the way over here? I moved this. I wanted this to go over here. Oh, it's because it's on a different screen. That's why. Kronstad, thank you for subscribing. Lavender Amberly with 200 bits. MMO Addicted with 20 bits. Speaking of, we doing anything special for New Year's Eve? I don't know. Actually, tomorrow I'm gonna be busy. Tomorrow we're doing Friendsmas, and we're doing the unboxing over on the Hannah and Jake channel on YouTube, so I don't think I'm gonna be streaming tomorrow. Or if I am, it'll be earlier in the day. Quite a bit earlier. The Meru Sama with 20 bits. My boyfriend used to be a huge fan of Doug Tenaple. We even met him years ago when he... and got to chat with him. So sad to learn about this. That's a shame. We did it! Level 5! 117% with 30 seconds to go. Good job, everyone. We did it. Cotton Candy 903, thanks for the 100 bits. Word Boo, thanks for the 400 bits. Purple Nickel with 100 bits. I'm so proud of this community. Dr. Xanadu with 50 bits. What's your favorite 3-digit number? 420. Fickett Izzy with 60 bits. I really love doing book recs, but I really just love your streams. Thank you. Look at this dog and cat with 100 bits. Andrew Batella with 50 bits. Lavender Amberly with 300 bits says, Happy New Year. I'll be drinking apple pie moonshine on New Year's Eve. I'm sure that'll be good. Have fun. Be safe and responsible. At least responsible enough. You don't want to be hurting the next day. Tabby Sue 2U with 145 bits. Have the last of my bits. Been a fan since TBR. Don't tell Jake, but you're my favorite. Thank you. I won't tell Jake. Missed that. D&D today, an unboxing YouTube stream on the morrow? Yes. Correct. This is legit one of the most wholesome communities I've encountered. Yeah, it's great. It's
There's
great.
nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
God, I can't wait to get back. This week and last week, I haven't been able to get my electrolysis done. And even prior to that, because of mask mandates, I haven't been able to get my upper lip done for a while. God, I cannot wait to go back. Because even when I shave, and I just shaved, so much dark. I hate it. I hate it so much. I can't stop looking at it. Innsmouth Swim Team with 50 bits. Good afternoon, Hannah and fam. MMO Addicted with 80 bits. Tell Jake you are my favorite. Let him know he's inferior. When I can, like, deal with all this, I'm gonna feel so much better. I have so much, like, dysphoria from facial hair, particularly on my upper lip. It is so bad. Anyway. Turn this music off. Tucker White 94 with 180 bits. Get lost, Lavender Amberly. The bits lead is mine. Do clown makeup, it'll cover up the shadow. That's a strategy. Creeping Darkness with 20 bits. I'm in the same boat with the face stuff. It's why I won't be streaming without my whole gimmick and heavy makeup. My laziness tends to outshine my dysphoria, weirdly, at least in terms of that. I wish it didn't, though. I gotta get better at being able to do that and do it quickly. Metal Giga says, "Hi, Hannah, hope we get some laughs. I'm sure we will." And then the Creeping Darkness with 20 bits. "Hey, clown makeup is my gig. Back off." Okay, let's switch over to the share screen. MMO Addicted with 2,000 bits says, "Children, silence." Nice. Okay, so today we're going to be looking at, like I said, Marcel Bessette, our favorite sovereign citizen. For those who don't know, Marcel Bessette is a sovereign citizen that we've covered on this channel a few times, and he gets pretty extreme. He is Canadian, although he might not say that. I'm not sure how he considers his nationality, considering he is a sovereign citizen and believes he has started his own government. But yeah, let's take a look. This is one of his more infamous videos, just to give you an idea of what he does. He calls different departments in the Canadian government, maybe his local government, I'm not sure, and screams at them about sovereign citizen nonsense. He's also a conspiracy theorist, and he believes that COVID is, like, not a thing, or he at least thinks that mask mandates are, like, fascism in some way, even though they're not. So let's take a look. I'm gonna get some of my, for the hype train, I'm gonna get some outfit stuff together. So listen to this while we, prepare.
Yes, hello. Who am I speaking with? Lee? Hi, Lee. I was just wondering who's in charge of your department. I'm just providing legal notice and private law notice under common law and natural law. You guys are exceeding the limitation of powers in the Corporations Act, and you're committing fraud and genocide on the public. COVID-19 isn't real. There's a bunch of experts and doctors around the world. We've sent you guys lots of information. So I'm just wondering who's in charge of your department, because they are willfully negligent, which means personally liable. No, I'm asking who's in charge of your department. You guys are taking complaints.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm just going to give you this information.
Do you understand that's criminal, not identifying yourself? And you're not a government, you're a USA-based corporation. What's your name? Or your supervisor's name? You cannot not identify yourself. Then fuck you, bitch. We're coming for you. We're going to come find out who you are through your work. I'm getting private investigators, and we're going after all of you. We're a real government, you fucking cunt, genocide piece of shit. You fucking feel me, you fucking bitch? This is all recorded? Lee, you're fucking done, bitch. I'm a judge. You're fucked.
So that's Marcel. Lovely man. Believes that he's a judge. Tucker White 94 20 bits says, "Fuck you, I'm a judge." Indeed. And then I missed another bit message earlier. Tucker White 94 20 bits, damn you, MMO Addicted. So Marcel believes himself to be a judge. He's not. What? Yeah? I talked about it. The 2,000 bits? Yeah, I got that. Anyway, sorry about that. So Marcel, lovely person, lovely, believes that he is a judge. He believes he's a judge. He's not a judge. He's just a citizen of Canada with a chip on his shoulder. Was formerly on Crime Watch's top 10 most wanted criminals. He watched that video the other day. It's fun stuff. Let me reiterate, for all legal purposes, okay? MMO Addicted with 1,000 bits. Aw, Baja noticed little old me. Thanks for the bits. Let me just say this. Everything I'm about to say is my own opinion. It's not legal advice. It's my opinion on him. It is not any accusation, okay? Legally speaking. Marcel, if you'd like to come on the show sometime, great. That'd be great. Get in touch with me on Twitter or something, and we can probably set something up. Although you do have to behave. I expect you to scream and yell at me because that's kind of your MO, but no slurs. No slurs. That's my only rule, okay? Either way, it's gonna be It's going to be an interesting one. So Marcel saw one of my previous videos on him and went on quite the keyboard warrior rage. So let's take a look at what those happen to say. Jack Gar Prime says, oh man, he's totally going to get arrested for resisting an officer when he goes to a store, isn't he? I can't wait to see how his fake tough act holds up then. Marcel responds, I'd happily get arrested rather than be a... I'll keep in the typos, okay? And the grammar mistakes. I'd happily get arrested rather 10 be a citizen coward who bows down to slavery, you loser. Space Donut says, these people are actually modern-day sorcerers. They believe that if they say magic words in a proper way, they can bend the legal system to their will. All the contracts and documentaries they write are magic spells. I'm not even kidding. It's literally the same thing. Right down to the fact that none of it works, but for some reason, people believe them anyway. Someone said, I literally said the same thing. Marcel responds, everything I do works. Got a society, got bank accounts, launched programs, recognized by legal system. You just a loser without your freedom. Then Amateur Overlord says, LOL, sure you do. Just like you're also a judge and you've been in over 500 street fights, you're a joke. Amanda Jones says, living on the same land as wild animals is not creating a nature preserve. Human life tends to disrupt animal life. This is in reference to him buying some property and calling it an animal reserve. Marcel responds, yes, it does. When surrounded by hunters and farmers who would plow the land, get your head out of your stupid, dumb citizen ass. Thanks. Marcel's got this weird mix of, like, trying to be polite, but also he's, you know, mean. It's very strange. I don't think one offsets the other. It's just odd. Also, no, if you just buy land, it's not inherently a nature preserve just because you're like, I'm buying this land, and I'm gonna not cut down all the trees. It's not necessarily a nature preserve. If that's a nature preserve, then my house is also a nature preserve. I bought property, I bought this house, there are trees and a yard, and I just leave it be, right? I didn't even rake. So, is this a nature preserve just because I'm not cutting down trees? It's not, okay? Just because I'm not hunting on the property doesn't make it a nature preserve. It's just my property that I'm not doing anything with. Not to mention, Marcel is building buildings on the property. So, he's mentioned it in his videos. So, it's not like he's not touching it at all. He's still living on the property and constructing buildings there. I'll get to these bit messages once I'm done reading these. Adam DeBester says, if he refuses to wear a mask but stays home and orders everything in like he says he is doing, he is complying with the mask mandate. Exactly. To be honest, he's not even going against the mandate if he's telling the truth. Marcel says, no, I am not. I go where I want. And anyone tells me wear a mask using the wrong form of wear, better be ready to scrap. Someone responds, oh, come on, dude. I was trying to give you some credit. Why ruin it by posturing like that? Why is it bad to help keep the people around you safe by following public health guidelines? Marcel says, masks don't work, first of all, even according to CDC. That's untrue. That's a lie. And masks are a rights violation when corporations order people to wear them, as corporation can't give orders to the public. Limitation of Powers Corporation Act. On top of that, the so-called government, aka the Government of Canada, is a corporation. SEC.gov. Look it up. The Government of Canada is not a corporation. If you don't understand why an equal can't give an order to another equal, that is the real problem here. Equals cannot give orders, must be offers, hence voluntary. Why should I wear a mask when I am not sick? You Twitter DM'd me a new comment too. He's still commenting? Beautiful. Okay. So, Marcel, this is a lot to unpack. First of all, the government of neither the United States nor Canada is a corporation. Again, you're just wrong. That's a thing a lot of weird sovereign citizens believe. It's not true. Secondly, the whole equals another equal thing. What he's talking about there is he's basically claiming officers of the law, or people who work for companies, like actual companies, not fake companies that he's talking about with the government, but like if you walk into a Walmart, he's saying, you are my equal, therefore you cannot tell me what to do. Marcel, the government can tell you what to do. It's why they're the government. Oh, and also the last thing, you're not sick. You can be asymptomatic for like 2 weeks while you're carrying COVID. The entire point is you're not necessarily going to know while you're carrying it. Maybe do 5 seconds of research on that. This person says, I like how he outlines how he's going to order stuff in, then talks about staying on his land and being self-sufficient in basically the same sentence. Marcel says, it's a process, asshat. Asshat's a great word, by the way. Please, everyone, use asshat more. We are going into being self-sufficient, and I like stores. Just most will be empty later next year. Watch, asshat. Then remember, for your comment, we won't help you. F-T-A-R-D. This guy's a wanker. I don't think he bought that land. Most likely renting. Nope, we bought it. Not everyone a loser like you. Sorry, I'm looking at my Etsy shipping notification. Okay. And then here are just some other comments that he went through. He says, I changed the codes, no longer free, just FYI. That's in regard to his website, which we've looked at, we will look at today. Certain areas, you need a password to get in, and now you need to pay for it, whereas previously he had put the passwords in his YouTube channels, which I tried to use and didn't work. He says, I get people out of debt. Banking administration process for debt. Proves all legal debt is fraud. Again, no one explained legal personhood is your corporation, not you, the man or woman. That is the citizen corporation. You are chattel property of equals record type. I don't know what the ellipses there are for. Just dramatic effect, I guess. They do not register, submit, or apply as an equal does not beg, you fat cow. Alright, insult at the end, withstanding the rest of it. No, you're not the chattel property of any corporation. That's not how it works. As I already said, the United States and Canada are not corporations, and you are not the property of said governments. You are a citizen of said governments, which have their own rights and responsibilities. He says, I've done this for 11 years and have all proof and results, all forms used, banks we used. I opened a society, makes sense, I can show others. It's a sovereign society. Read the document on my website. You were just on. Watch the videos. I am right. You are dumb or ignorant. Wake up, you stupid citizen. Stockholm Syndrome much? I don't know why the grammar's wrong so often. It's very strange. But anyway... Yeah, Marcel, I'm sure your organization exists as an organization. The what do you call it? The Peacemaker Society? I imagine you registered it as something. I don't know what you registered it as, a non-profit or some other sort of organization. I imagine not a company, but something, right? You probably did register that with the government, but a society is like a club. A society is not a government that is sovereign in and of itself when we're talking about, like, you creating a club or an organization, the Peacemaker Society. Just because you put, like, the word society in the name of your organization doesn't make it a government. Now, you can have rules internally for the people in your organization, but that doesn't make it a government any more than Walmart is a government, or any more than the ASPCA is a government, right? None of these things are governments. They're different organizations, some of them for-profit, some of them non-profit, right? But they're not governments. The government is the government. The Canadian government is the government. Your provincial governments are the government. The federal government of the United States is a government, and then there's state and local governments in the United States. Those are governmental entities. There's a difference, and you're not one of them. Marcel Bessette, we have taught millions, FYI. The website views are since this version is up over a few months. You are funny and so dumb. That's in reference to the fact that I pointed out that this website only had 22,000 views. Which, fine. He may have more in a previous version. Although, if this is the... I guess I just assumed this website was made in, like, 2003, based on the layout. Marcel... Please hire someone to design you a website that's different than this. Because for one thing, I do mention all the videos on the front page, and there's many of them, just autoplay. They're at least muted, so that's good. But they all autoplay as soon as they load, and that's awful. That's awful design. You don't want a dozen videos autoplaying on your front page, okay? And that's just, you know, general design advice. It has nothing to do with the content of the website, which we'll take a look at. But, like, design-wise, this ain't it, Chief. You don't want to do this. It's busy. It's too busy. He goes on. He says, income tax is not the law. It was ordered abolished by Supreme Court in the 1950s. I think in Canada, don't they just do a consumption tax? Let me check. Canada income tax. In Canada, the range is 15 to 33%. In the U.S., the lowest tax bracket for the tax, blah, 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 10%. Do Canadians really pay more tax than Americans? Let me see how this works. Boop, boop, boop. In Canada, the range is 15 to 33%. Okay, so no, Canadians do pay income tax. There you go. Marcel's just wrong on that one. That's good. Is Marcel admitting to not paying income tax here, by the way? Someone want to call them Mounties? I don't know who deals with tax law in Canada. Income tax is not the law. It was ordered abolished by the Supreme Court in 1950. I assume he's talking about the Supreme Court of Canada. Because if he was talking about the U.S., that wouldn't make any sense. Also, just FYI, direct taxation on labor is the definition of slavery. No, it's not. Why they incorporated citizenship so it is a corporate tax. Hence, an unregistered, unincorporated society or man or woman has immunity from all corporate legal agreements as they are slavery and strip rights. Wake up. You are so lucky. You are just smart enough to say it is your opinion as you are entitled to that. Even when a wrong moron has you said I am a fraud. In fact, I would use actual law to destroy you. This is so easy. Lovely. Marcel, have you considered, again, I do not consent to what you want to do to me in terms of legally, quote, destroying me? Like you said, right? You have to consent between two people in order to have any contract apply. I don't wish to contract with you, Marcel. So, no, you cannot sue me. You cannot take any legal action against me because I am choosing not to contract with you. And if you try and take any legal action against me, again, this is all my opinion, so it wouldn't be worth it anyway. But even based on your own internal worldview, if you try and take legal action against me, then all you've done is prove that me not consenting and that consent has absolutely nothing to do with legal action, right? Do you see how that works? Marcel Bessette, I'm over swearing at you. I actually pity you. That was actually one of the earlier comments he left. And he went on to do the other ones. Marcel Bessette, the legal system and everything with it is a fraud. It is corporations posing in fraud as government. Funny, you talk a lot, but never look up the references given in video. That's why you dumb as fuck. Marcel, the reason I don't typically look at the citations is because I've dealt with enough sovereign citizens that I know these arguments and I know the refutations of them. I also know and have the common sense to understand that the law applies to you. What's my citation? Earth. Living on Earth is my citation that the law applies to you. Are these from my videos? Yeah. He's commenting on my videos. Hold on, apparently there's a new one that got sent to me by Baja, so let me go open that up. He says, this is in response to Baja. I said half my comments, moron, so yes, half are still there. Like this video, proves I am right, and law experts agree with me. And then here's another one. As this was taken down, I will repost. See if it stays up. This is a law show done by Randy Shannon, who ran for Senate and works with Ron Paul, U.S. Senator, for 30 years or so. They agree with me, and you are hardly on their level, which means you are so wrong. I laugh at you. Thanks for the chuckles. Ooh, I'm gonna have to go look at that link. Hold on. Let me go look. Give me a sec.
Host and moderator.
Here we go. Oh god, it's him filming the screen again. Marcel, learn to screen capture for the love of God. I know there's bit messages, by the way. I'll get to them soon.
For our call, 42action.org. We have a special guest here tonight. I think you're all going to enjoy what he has to say. You may all end up using what he and his organization are doing. We've kind of formed a strategic alliance. A lot of us for the last 2 years have been looking for some remedy, and this gentleman, he's a founder of the Peacemaker Society, and we're so glad to have you on. Marcel, if you would give everybody...
This is an interview with him! His citation is an interview with himself? With someone else? Just okay,
a little bit
fine.
of a background about yourself and what got you started, what made you found this organization, and then tell us what Peacemaker Society is all about.
Happily. First of all, hi everyone. Thank you so much for having us on, Randy. Nice to talk to you as always. With regarding the information that we've managed to kind of research and organize very well and then go out and prove ourselves, essentially how I got into this in my background professionally, I kind of moved out at a young age, at about 14 or 15 from my parents, and the only reason that's relevant is I started studying Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill and Psychology of Selling by Brian Tracy. So I fell asleep to those for about 8 years every night, just kind of programming myself. And then I got into brokering. Wow.
Marcel, okay, there's this thing. You can screen capture videos that you watch, or there are tools to download them, and then you don't have to record them using your camera pointed at your screen, because that's not good. This is insufferable.
17.
One second thing.
Okay.
So to Marcel, and I guess all of you lovely chat, hello. So I'm the only one that moderates Hannah's comments on the Hannah Reloaded YouTube channel. I'm the only one that has the ability to do that. So it's me and then YouTube's auto mod, which I know a lot of people don't know exists. But if you comment and then it gets removed, a lot of the times it was caught by YouTube's auto mod, either for harassing language, using slurs, excessive cussing. I don't know everything that's caught by YouTube's auto mod. So those all go into a separate tab called Held for Review. And you can see all of those and approve or not approve them individually. So I went through and all of Marcel's comments that he has left, I have not touched. I have not deleted a single one. I checked the auto mod filter. None of his comments got caught in the auto mod. So every single comment that he has left on the videos is still up. And he called me a moron because I told him this. And he was like, half of my comments are still up. Really, bitch? Because you commented a ton, and if that's half the comments, but anyway, I looked everywhere. I would be able to see if they got caught in the auto mod filter, and I know that I didn't delete them because I was shocked to see that he had even commented. So either he forgot to press send or he's lying, but that's just my opinion. And I don't consent to any legal action.
Beautiful.
And they go door to door.
I might as well take this second to get to the bit messages. Vulcan Princess 97 with 20 bits. Have some bits while I listen to the stream and make dinner. Hope dinner's good. Lavender Amberly with 1,000 bits. I dislike Marcel very much. Me too. Tucker White 94 with 20 bits. You couldn't just let me have runner-up Lavender Amberly. Ammo Addicted with 100 bits. Fun fact, some people in the EU got nature preserve and farming subsidies fraudulently and instead propped up plastic trees and crops wherever inspection came around. Oh boy. Bellsthar with 25 bits. Preservation easements exist in the US but have huge rules and usually require to be administered by non-profits. Dr. Xanadu with 20 bits. His logic is flawed. My husband and I are equals and he can order me to do whatever he wants. Cotton Candy 903 with 20 bits. This guy's grammar makes me think he also doesn't think public education is legitimate. Tucker White 94 with 20 bits. Maybe it's because I'm not sober, but nothing this judge says makes any sense. It's total word salad. A lot of it is. That XY girl with 20 bits, but Hannah, all governments are just corporations. Dr. Xanadu with 20 bits, these American law people agree with me that Canada isn't a government. Tucker White 94 with 20 bits, I've lost count of the logical fallacies Marcel used in his comments, and then Stu 294, thank you for following.
Sign people up for natural gas broker deals, which is a type of security interest. So long story short is, once I was about 25, I had some interaction with the law where I was like, how can that happen? And then at 29, a group of us got together. We live in Winnipeg, and there's a lot of abuse in Winnipeg, just amongst friends and people that we don't know. We just see it all day, every day. So we just decided to study law like a product. And then I also used to have a sales consulting business where I've been a top producer for probably about 50 or 60 pretty major corporations. And what I started doing is I would redesign their sales presentations to triple their sales by simplifying the language and organizing it better so people could understand. And anything that would be a fear trigger, we answer the question proactively so that it just guides people through it and there's none of that. So we essentially did that with law. I have one credit in grade 10. I have no formal background in law. But we went through and we actually organized every area of law and then just researched what the differences are between it. And then like the sales programs I used to develop, we just went out and actually tested it. And I did a lot of that, dealing with different government agencies, just figuring out what the process was to basically get them to back down when they're infringing on somebody's rights. And we're undefeated in almost 6 years. About 2 weeks ago, we were finally in court face-to-face with judges and let them know we're aware they're just a corporation. They're listed on Dun & Bradstreet. To keep the peace, we're not going to go after them in that instance, but we are open.
Oh, to keep the peace, you're not going to go after actual judges and not because you know it would make you look terrible? Convenient.
Up the advocacy line, which is what we're talking about with you guys at 42action.org, is you guys being a branch of our advocacy department where basically we take incident reports from anyone worldwide. Our society, we have jurisdiction, we're correct.
You're not block poet lover, I can see you.
Because we hold sovereign rights held by indigenous power. So your rights come from within, you and the universe, whatever that means to you in law. Put your soul in your living vessel, so your nation unto yourself. So your rights can never be taken or given, only exercised or not.
Okay, that's nice philosophy, I suppose, in trying to determine where your rights come from, but practically speaking, that's completely untrue. It's just untrue, practically speaking. Rights are things that we as a society basically agree they are. It would be comforting to think that there is some idea of rights and liberty that exists out in the ether, divorced from humanity, but it just isn't the case. Justice, rights to freedom of speech and assembly and these things only exist insofar as you are not stopped from doing them. Look at the United States, for instance. The United States is founded by a group of people who had a lot of Enlightenment-era ideals where they said, like, all men are created equal and all these rights are inalienable. Meanwhile, those same exact people who wrote that rights are inalienable were enslaving people while writing these words. You see what I'm saying? Your rights only exist insofar as you can defend them and insofar as they are not prevented from existing by other people, right?
And if you and two people sign a piece of paper, that's your society. 3 letters, 50 days, it cures as your law as per due process, and then anyone who infringes on that, as long as you haven't caused harm first, you have full financial remedy to go after them, as well as we found the places in law that actually reference you being able to either have private security, and then recently we've been seeing, even in the U.S. actually, ex-veterans using local sheriffs of the corporate system, citing the correct legality, and then actually having boards arrested who were not allowing public comment and things like that. So basically, because we're correct in all 3, corporate law, common law, and natural law, but we stand under our own law, we're able to actually coach the system while still standing up to it and always reserving our rights and in no way bowing to that. So we have identity documents that
42action.org. Let me hold on. Let me go to this and see if I can find the original source. Well, the original website has expired, so I can't go find the original source of this. Wow, a website that had Marcel Bessette come on and give legal advice while not being any sort of legal scholar? Gee, I wonder why they went under.
a notary basically attested we were correct to process, so that replaced all of our corporation posing as government ID. And we have bank accounts with TD, and they're also in the U.S. as well. And it literally, what we do, it just...
This is what's frustrating about people like Marcel Bessette. Marcel Bessette gives the illusion of being intelligent, and what I mean by that is he can speak very quickly and think on his feet in terms of things to say to someone who is trying to get information out of them or rebut them in some way, right? I can do this too. I'm not the smartest person in the world, very far from it, but I can bullshit words at people, right? So I understand how this works. I do it every day. Marcel is literally the difference being I'm not claiming to be authority on anything, and nothing I ever say is advice. I recognize that I know very little about a few things. Marcel Bessette is out here using his ability to speak, using his abilities to put words together in order to trick people into thinking he's some sort of legal authority when he has absolutely no idea what he's talking about. He's out here claiming that the governments of Canada and the US are secretly United States corporations, and because he talks quickly while he's saying this, people aren't, stopping to think about what he has to say. They're not actually questioning the ridiculous nonsense he's saying. And that's dangerous. This is how con men work. Again, in my opinion, this is how con men work.
Makes it you have privacy, and then you're unregistering, unincorporating your assets, so they're held in a society, not under your name, and then that society is your shield, and there's no joinder, so it makes it easier. You can't claim it personally, but they'll always play the name game with you if you do that. So that's kind of my overview quickly. I'm going to kind of put the ball back in your courts, and I'll participate as you need on whatever you guys want to talk about.
Okay, so I only muted a couple of you. One was the 319. I'm going to unmute you. Okay, with what he said, I'm getting comments already about that this sounds great already. So you are absolutely going into the private or undoing all the adhesion contracts?
Well, essentially, we figured out that, it's something, at least for me, when we were studying all of the different kind of primary leaders in researching this, the different people that had, these guys have one part of the equation, these guys have another, we found people just don't understand corporate contracting enough. Really, even if you say want to drive with a license, when you sign the piece of paper, you sign your name, if you put all rights reserved beside your name, it's like getting a phone contract. You're agreeing that, okay, you're going to get phone service, but within that, they don't own your rights. And through exercising that...
No one takes your rights by signing a phone contract. What are you talking about?
That legal document, if someone uses incorrect corporate process against your rights, where you haven't caused harm first and you still operate with them all rights reserved, and you always inform that, it's ideally good to have some sort of recording system around as well so you have proof. And then once you do that, if they violate you further, anyone is liable for fraud if they use incorrect corporate contracting process against another's moral right, and you can reference abuse of rights doctrine case law. It's not in Canada or the States, but it just references proof that if you commit fraud. And in the Criminal Code of Canada, they reference it in that as well. There's a bunch of places you can point to, and what you want to do with that is you want to reference those things, but you make sure that it's clear you do not stand under them. And that's because...
Oh, is he doing the you do not stand under thing? This is a thing sovereign citizens will do, where they think if, like, a judge or a cop says to you, do you understand? They think that's a secret way of them saying, do you stand under? And if you agree that you understand what they just said, that you are submitting to their authority. Marcel, they have authority regardless of whether you want them to or not. Welcome to society.
Because, again, you're using your own rights because you're learning how to exercise them now, and you don't submit, apply, or register. Equals do not ask permission. They issue notice as per due process, and to keep the peace and avoid conflict...
What is that? Did they have merch? Is that some sort of creepy merch? Hold on. They have a merch store. Guides, results, news, life coaching... Oh, no.
Alrighty. So you were gonna make a comment there, Brock.
Alright, okay. Why is he in this outfit? Do you see this outfit? What the hell? Jesus Christ. Seems culty, but okay.
Someone who is your equal will respond back. And what we do in our letters, we demand that all correspondence must be under full commercial liability, under penalty of perjury, under oath or attestation. And so for an agent who has limited liability signing authority, they would have to risk their own assets to answer us back. So using express post envelopes or the proof of mailing with the signature, by doing that, they're not willing to risk their own assets, so it cures, and that's where you get your judgment and estoppel through acquiescence and those.
Okay, what it's saying in this word salad is he basically thinks if you're operating under like an LLC or any sort of limited corporate liability, LLCs, at least in the United States, I'm not sure how it works in Canada, LLCs are limited liability corporations. I've talked about this before. Basically, it says that if you get sued for something done in the name of your LLC in the course of doing business, then the LLC and its assets can be liable for that action, but your personal assets will not be. For instance, Jake and I have an LLC. If someone sued us for some reason, they would be able to get some sort of restitution if we were found guilty in some way from the assets of the LLC, but they wouldn't be able to, for instance, take Jake or my's house, right? Because those are our personal property, not the property of the LLC. So Marcel here is trying to say that people who operate under LLC or some other sort of legal liability in terms of how they do business, he's saying that that somehow disallows them from taking any action or disallows them from doing anything in terms of contracting with you. It's not true. If you're in business, 99% of the time, you're probably going to be operating under some sort of liability shielding corporation, whether it's an LLC or one of the other kinds of things that you can do for that.
Kind of things that then have cured, and you're right. In fact, now, honestly, the court system, the corporations posing as, they still don't care. They still pass judgments, but that's where now we're noticing agents individually, and as the world goes, there's a lot of things happening where there's a lot of good people in the system that aren't happy, so even the system is ready for change now, and that's really the big difference. 10 years ago they weren't, but now, we just went, I just finished, I was doing an unalienable rights patrol about 2 years ago. I got assaulted by the downtown biz. They're technically peace officers. I defended myself, I quoted all the right stuff, I punched him in the face once, which again...
He assaulted a cop. He's talking about punching a cop in the face, which is something he did.
In the future, I won't. If I look at it as a support worker, you shouldn't throw a punch. Within that, though, I believe I was right in self-defense. The judge still sided with them. The difference being, though, I went through the whole process with all rights reserved. Mike Cook, he is a very well-known lawyer in Winnipeg.
Wait, Marcel, you just said you always win, but you just said the court sided with the police after you clocked a police officer in the face. So I guess you don't always win, do you? Your rights weren't exactly reserved there.
And he is officially after me accepting all rights reserved cases. He actually mentioned on the record, he went on the record stating that we don't believe in their jurisdiction after I informed that they are a corporation, and I reassured them I wasn't going to go after them that time. So again, it's just setting the precedent for the chess match. So now that we've done that, we can open peacemaker community courts worldwide, and the Cree Nation did that locally throughout. Well, there's different First Nations that did it. It was after the Aboriginal Justice Inquiry with all the residential school stuff that went down with all of that. So now they have sovereign courts in the corporate court. So we're just going to create our own buildings and open that up in peacemaker community courts throughout history. Our community courts that anyone can set up. They can be run in a gym, in a church, or whatever. And as long as there's 3 witnesses and it's done correctly, it's binding. And again, your competent law jurisdiction versus their incompetent jurisdiction. It's really a law of administration. So, I mean, there is the stuff happening in the street, and that's all very real, and, you know, I'm not taking away from that. We need people on all sides, but the way that you actually back them down and muzzle them, essentially, agent by agent, is one letter that we have that we've perfected, where we just print out an incident report, attach it to the litigation letter, and we use that one letter. We just change the date and the name. So, like with Randy and you guys coming on board, you know, one individual can process maybe 50 to 100 complaints in an hour, as where before in non-templated kind of system, you know, you would have to spend several hours on one. So we're able to advocate.
Is he taking all rights reserved to mean actually all rights, not just copyright? Yeah. Yeah. He thinks it means all rights, and it's not just something that applies to, like, copyright law. Stu294, thank you for following. Purple Nichols says, I get the feeling this guy likes to hear himself talk. He doesn't breathe between words and doesn't let the interviewer talk, just a theory.
Just so you know, everybody's having problems with Twitch and stuff.
Okay.
So, somebody said that the stream was completely gone for a minute.
Okay.
So.
Interesting.
Vastly less than what you would normally pay. So a minimum gift for our advocacy line to call in is $50, and then from there we'll do the quote. And the average range for us to help out is somewhere between $200, or people if they owe a tax agency $500,000 or more. For those, we're getting about $5,000 per client as a gift. We define it all as gifts between independents, so it's non-taxable whether you're in the system.
Oh,
or
that's
out.
illegal.
And we've.
You can't claim that you being paid for legal services, which you're not entitled to give in the first place because you're not a lawyer, but you can't say, okay, give us money, but we're going to claim that it's a gift, because personal gifts between individuals can be tax-free up to a certain amount. So he's basically committing fraud by claiming that pay for his services is a gift and not pay for his services. That's, in my opinion, fraud that he's just admitted to, but okay. Sorry, I'm taking a look at something real quick. Content. Oh yeah, Twitch is all over the fucking place. Jesus Christ. If we disconnect, I'm sorry. It's not me, it's Twitch.
Have copies and all of this available if you just go to YouTube, Peacemaker Society. It's our original live video content.
How many crimes has he confessed to in one video? What was the other one? Did I say there was another one?
Okay, so let's go back to the IRS thing, and your sound is just a little bit that goes in and out.
Oh, there were beeps coming through of people checking in. I'm not sure if that was it or not, but go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, so let's say the IRS just sent somebody a typical bill. Hey, taxpayer, you owe $1,500. What would the... Okay.
Excellent question. Well, the first thing that we would do is you would call our line, and then basically we would go through the process. We'd see how involved it is, and then what I've been doing, I have 2 clients I'm working with right now, so I'm just going to talk about the specifics without talking about any of their private information, obviously. But what I did with them is they got in touch with me, I reviewed it, I called Canada Revenue Agency, which is Canada's equivalent, same exact thing. They're usually pretty much a bully, but I just let the agent know that we're a private, unregistered, unincorporated law firm of laymen and laywomen advocate representatives. So within that...
So not a law firm. Good.
Interacting with us, it's going to be under full...
Law firm has a legal definition. You can't just say you're a law firm when you're not a law firm.
Liability. So it's not that our client is refusing to pay. They're happy to pay if they owe it, but we're going to use the banking administrative process. This is the process banks use to prove whether they owe a debt. So first of all, we need the original contract, the original accounting. There's a few other things that we need from them. And when they send it, I just let them know up front, if it turns out that it doesn't meet the terms of a valid agreement, let's say there's no meeting of the minds, there's no full disclosure, they didn't explain that they're bonding people into slavery and committing corporate contract fraud, stuff like that. I don't get into those
No, they're not.
up front, but I'm just for people listening. And then within that, once I do that, I let them know that if they're incorrect to process, regulations are setting them up to be personally liable. And where we're having really success right now is all these agents are worried personally, right? Like in the back of their head, they're worried, when am I going to be liable? And none of these people actually made the system. So our philosophy is we're kind of doing a big do-over like in kindergarten. Things got out of hand, let's just chill it out. Within that going forward, once they're noticed, now they're liable, right? So they're going to have two choices. They can either, once we notice them, the paperwork, they go ahead.
Okay, that's enough of this video. Basically just talking nonsense. Oh, Marcel. He had a new video out today, though. Let's take a look at that. Oh, I should get to some of these bits. Thanks. Mama Skexis, thank you for subscribing with Prime. Wing the Ultimate Nug with 20 bits. How is he but audited, or not audited and arrested yet? Yeah, I don't know. I know he has a history of changing his address without, like, legally changing it, so it's hard for the cops to find him. That was one of the reasons he was on a top 10 list once, was because he moved without telling the police when he was, like, involved in some legal stuff going on, so maybe the same thing's going on now. I don't know. Andrew Batalla with 20 bets. Oh, by the way, the all rights reserved notice isn't even legally binding. It used to be in the US back in the day, but the Berne Convention makes copyright automatic. And then Cotton Candy 903 with 20 bits. This guy makes me want to shove my head through a wall.
Hi everyone, it's Marcel of the family Bessette of Peacemaker Society. Apparently I'm doing a second video tonight. I got inspired. I was listening to the song by Tiffany called Could Have Been. I'm going to end this vlog with that song. And the first video I did tonight was talking about the beauty that was in my life, the joy I got from my mom and from different people in my life, how I appreciate that. But now I'm going to talk about what could have been. Anyone who knows me knows I have a lot of emotional anger about my life, the direction it's gone.
Yeah, Marcel, you seem to have anger issues in general. It's not good. You should probably seek out some professional help. It's not good.
And the parts of that were outside of my control. That's part of why I fight against legal slavery so strongly. And why I fight so strongly for you guys to know your rights.
Thank you.
My life could have been really beautiful.
Love you too.
And I'm hoping that in the future it will be beautiful. My mom and my biological father divorced when I was maybe 1. So I grew up without my real dad, as many people do. Now, I didn't actually remember him, so it didn't really feel traumatic in a missing his presence sense. But I can tell you, growing up with a stepdad, as much as he tried to love me, I wasn't his natural child, and that...
Marcel's got a lot of daddy issues I've seen, which I can understand. I also had, not a great father, so I understand that. But it's just interesting to me that he, like, opines on it pretty consistently on the channel. Like, it's fine. It's fine to have those issues, but typically, you talk to friends about that, or you talk to your therapist about it. I don't know. I guess if videos are cathartic for you, that's fine. It's just weird. Like, if I was coming to Marcel for legal advice or whatever, which I wouldn't because I know he's not a lawyer, much less a judge. But if I was, and I went to his YouTube channel, and there's just like a 30-minute diatribe about how his daddy didn't love him, then it's like, what is this? I just want to know how to not pay my taxes or whatever nonsense someone goes to him for.
Tension biologically was huge in our relationship, and it was, even though we both tried to love each other, it made it that there was just a divide between us. And same thing with my two sisters. You know, they're half sisters. And as much as we try to love each other, the genetics are different. So I don't feel as connected to them. Or my stepdad. And my real dad, my biological father, you know, I just haven't spent any time with him. He doesn't know me. I don't know him. You know, so he doesn't know what to make of me. And honestly, I don't know what to make of him either. So, you know, had I had my mom and dad at home, you know, stayed together, had my two sisters been from my real dad and my mom, that would have set things up. That's a could have been, right? My stepdad, within that being the family I was given, would have been a beautiful dad if he didn't drink. And I'm talking a 40-ouncer a night and 4 liters of beer a night, like together a night. And he didn't start drinking until about 6 p.m. Now, sometimes a 40-ouncer might last a couple nights, and I'm not trying to badmouth him. This video is about what could have been. Had he not drank, I wouldn't have had the anger issues with our family. He wouldn't have verbally abused me the way he did through my entire life. As an example, I found out who Charles Manson was, because that's who my stepdad said my dad was when I was, you know, maybe 10 or 11. And I asked the kids at school who that was, and when they told me, it really broke my heart. You know, I'm not a kid where I tortured animals or anything like that. Like, I was a loving kid, very hyper and annoying.
This is the saddest video I've seen all week.
But again, that's because of what was going on. So anyway, as far as what could have been, the mother of my son, you know, had she not been a compulsive liar, and if
you married a compulsive liar or were with a compulsive liar in a relationship, that was probably a perfect pairing. Marcel, you lie constantly about the law. It's a match made in heaven.
18, going to the bar wasn't more important than staying home and being a mom. And had I handled it better by not getting upset, which led to her moving out, and I never laid hands on her or anything like that. Yeah, you know, had I not had so many issues growing up, it just would have been different. So those are kind of the main things. Same thing, you know, just with the people that I've met in my life. Had I grown up in a stable, like, community through my whole life, I would know people and not be on the outside looking in as well. That's another could have been. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and just play the song here, and we're going to listen to it together.
I'm gonna have to skip through the songs. Oh no, Marcel! No, 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 oh no. Ugh.
We're connecting to where I am right now, so hope you're enjoying.
It's just 25 minutes of him lip syncing. Oh God. Oh no. No, 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 no. Marcel, no. Yeah, I don't think he's doing well either, you don't say. Oh, God.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
CB23, thank you for subscribing with a 2-month streak, says, I really appreciate you, Hannah. I appreciate you, too. Elefendel de Calentito 7W7, thanks for following. And Dr. Xanadu with 20 bits. We all got shit, dads. Bessette doesn't make what you do any less illegal or immoral. Agreed. Smitty were Benjamin Senjensen. Thank you for subscribing with Prime. Let's find another one of them yelling at people over the phone. Those are the good ones. That's the good shit. Did we watch this one?
Okay. It's just basically your
Ugh, terrible audio, though. Peacemaker Society Liability Notice, Manitoba Justice, 12/2014/11.
Okay, so I'm about to phone Catherine from Manitoba Justice. She is the executive assistant to the main Manitoba Chief of Justice, which his name is... Let me find it. I think I would know it. Okay. That's not what I'm...
Anything but inspect this temple of capitalism?
Altered Rin, thank you for raiding. Go check out Altered Rin here on Twitch. Welcome, raiders.
Okay. Well, this is just...
We're taking a look at an odd sovereign citizen name of Marcel Bessette.
Just all their vital members. Anyway, I'm calling the Department of Justice for Manitoba Justice. Again, Catherine, personal assistant 224 783 9860.
By the way, if you're watching this later on YouTube, now would be an ideal time to go and look at the comments section. I would imagine Marcel Bessette, because he's definitely the type of person who Googles himself relatively often, which is probably how he found the other video that I did on him. The meltdown he must be having in the comments of this video is probably epic. So go check it out.
Andrew Swan's Efficiency Office. Okay. Yes, hello. My name is Marcel of the family Bessette. I'm phoning on a diplomatic matter. I had phoned last week. Today is the 12th. I believe it was on Wednesday last week. I phoned and spoke with Catherine. Just in regards to you guys, well, not you guys, but the police and a lack in process or a mistake in process. Basically, you guys are searching for me under another name known as Mark Zerwell. I've been listed as Winnipeg Most Wanted Top 10 for a warrant that doesn't exist, for an identity that doesn't exist.
Like I said, he was listed on Winnipeg's top 10 most wanted, which honestly must mean Winnipeg has very few, like, dangerous criminals if he was on the list, because I don't think Marcel's dangerous. But anyway, he basically fled from some sort of warrant. He was supposed to stay at one address during some sort of legal proceeding, but he moved without informing the court, and he wound up on a top 10 most wanted list for a brief period of time.
And I'm a sovereign and a signatory to Peacemaker Society, an unregistered, unincorporated, worldwide recognized voluntary association government organization.
Worldwide recognized government. Who recognizes you, Marcel, as a government? And I don't mean, oh, do you have a bank account? I'm sure your organization has a bank account. Any organization can go and open a bank account in the name of that organization. I am asking specifically, what other nations of the world recognize you as a government?
I've been waiting to hear back. If you guys could give me a phone call back, area code 204 869-3461. Again, 204-869-3461 at your earliest convenience. Basically, I've already contacted everyone from a number of attorneys general groups in the United States. We're supported by the Knights of Jerusalem, as well as a number of private law firms, unregistered, unincorporated. I'm also...
Again, if you're unregistered and unincorporated and you don't have law degrees, you're not a law firm. What did he call that? The Knights of Jerusalem? What is that? That's definitely not what he's talking about. He's probably talking about some modern organization that calls themselves the Knights of Jerusalem.
Fully liable, so I'm actually a Chief Justice and a separate jury.
He's not a Chief Justice. You can't just say that. You can't Michael Scott your way into being a Chief Justice. I declare that I am a Chief Justice! I am, Marcel, I am, supreme leader of law for the world. I have declared it with my sovereignty, which means, I actually get to dictate whether or not the law applies to you. Supreme Law Lord, that's my official title. This is my official, judge outfit. It's very nice. I declare that law applies to you. No takesy-backsies. And no one can rise above me in power, okay? If we're just making stuff up, these are the rules.
Jurisdiction. So if you guys don't correct your process, you're actually kind of, starting a big thing internationally, and I will happily use my political connections to make your phones ring off the hook.
My political connections!
However, I would sooner just...
His political connections are a bunch of weirdos on the internet that he's gonna sick on this poor office and have them call them till their phone has to come off the hook.
Deal with this through you guys. If somebody could get back to me, again, my name is Marcel. I'm founding member to Peacemaker Society. You can view that at www.peacemakersociety.org. And within that, I just appreciate if you get back to me. I'm not appreciating the inconvenience to my time, and my time is literally worth $133 million a minute.
Saying that doesn't make it so. Marcel, my time is worth $10 billion a second. So every time you leave me a ridiculous comment on YouTube, and it takes me time to read that, I'm going to start billing you $10 billion a second, okay? Again, if we're just making stuff up.
We're delivering our packages for $1,500.
And Baha, who actually moderates my comments, she charges even more, okay? She charges $10 trillion a nanosecond. So, watch it. She'll put a lien against you.
A piece to 2 million cities, 450 deliveries a week. It's 900 million times about 1,500. My personal time is 15% of that, and that's what I will be billing at. Under abuse of rights doctrine, you're all corporately incompetent and committing fraud, and I'm a little tired of playing this game. So I have litigation that I'm ready to send to every single agent in every single office that will not only null and void your insurance bond and will seize it, you'll also be personally liable under abuse of rights doctrine for violating Clearfield Doctrine case law and that you represent yourselves as a government, which you're not. Again, I want to be peaceful. I haven't actually started litigation against you, but I can bill every single agent in every single office personally, and I operate under full liability, so you can't actually even respond to me in letters or litigation, and it cures as per due process as its own judgment. I don't need your courts or your judges. So
this word salad means basically nothing, by the way. He's claiming that because he operates under full liability that he can't be sued, when it's literally the opposite of what that means. Because he's operating as a private individual and he isn't operating as a company under like an LLC or something that shields him from liability, he literally is liable for this shit. If he's found to be doing something illegal, he can't shield his assets. Literally, you could take his house if you sued him and won enough. Like... Speaking fast doesn't make you intelligent, as it turns out. Trust me, I speak very quickly sometimes, and there's nothing going on up here.
I would just encourage you
It's what the hat is for. It's to distract from the incompetence.
to really get back to me. If you're not sure what department, have the Minister of Justice call me himself. And if I don't hear from you guys within the next few days, I'm just going to bill every department and start the process of international soft power peer pressure, if you will. Completely peaceful, but I'd suggest...
It's completely peaceful, but I'm going to commit paper terrorism and file false liens against you.
You guys get in touch and get a little more proactive.
More! He doesn't do the phone calls as much anymore. Makes me sad. Marcel, I know you're watching this. Do more phone call videos, please. They're the best. I love them. Here's him talking to another member of the Peacemaker Society.
Okay, well, it's just it just seems to me that Peacemaker Society.
Oh my god, what microphone did he use to film this? You can't hear him at all. Marcel, get an AV person, please. Logarth with 20 bits also, isn't it odd that all these people he harassed over the phone are women? I wonder why that is. Andrew Batella with 30 bits, I'm all for people changing their name if they feel uncomfortable with it, but that sounds a lot like he just changed it so he could flee the law. Maybe. Dr. Xanadu with 100 bits, I recognize myself as King of Space. All hail your majesty. Killjoy 102 with 100 bits. Do you think he has some type of schizophrenia or dementia, or is it just super confused? It is all physical or all... Oh, I have no idea. I would have no way of determining that. Razor, thank you for resubscribing with a 4-month streak. If he can declare himself Chief Justice, you should declare yourself the Anti-Pope. Schwip Schwap Schwup, 32 with 55 bits. Don't forget. Don't forget what? Killjoy 102 with 100 bits. If they... Oh, and Lupine. Don't forget Lupine. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, Lupine can't read, unfortunately. She is a kitty illiterate. Killjoy 102 with 100 bits. If they respond, sir, this is a Wendy's, I would have died laughing. I think he was leaving a message. The Creeping Darkness with 20 bits. Did some digging, found this. It might be the Kings of Jerusalem thing. And there's a link. Order of Malta. What is the Sovereign Order of Malta? Found in the 11th century in Jerusalem, the sovereign military hospitaller of Order of St. John of Jerusalem, of Rhodes, and of Malta is a lay religious order of the Catholic Church and a sovereign subject of international law. Faithful to its centuries-old mission of service to the vulnerable and the sick, it runs medical, social, and humanitarian projects in 120 countries. The Sovereign Order of Malta's mission is summed up in its motto, Tuitio fide et obsequium paupernum, nurturing, witnessing, and protecting the faith, and serving the poor and the sick. Maybe? Maybe it is. I don't know, though. Let's take a look at some of his early training videos.
Hi there. Welcome to Introduction to Peacemaker Society. My name is Marcel Bessette, and I am one of the co-founders to this society. The reason we're doing this video is really to share with you the people we're going to be working with, who are going to represent us in different areas throughout Canada as well as around the world, so you can truly understand who Peacemaker Society is, what we stand for, the programs we're introducing, as well as our legal standing, why we're able to do what we do, and also where you stand in your role. And it's very crucial for everyone associated with our society, which we want to welcome you, is to have everyone really tuned into the same vision, and that's what this is really for. So I'm going to go through a brief outline. I'm just going to read off my notes here a little bit as I go. What we're going to cover is we're going to go through our society disclaimers. We're going to go through who is Peacemaker Society as a society, our declaration to the world, a three-pronged solution, which you'll find out what that is in a few minutes, the vision for our public awareness team, the budgets that result from that, the funding that's going to pay for our programs and where that comes from, our advocacy program, our Advocate Patrol program, that we'll get into that in a few minutes.
I feel like if you're going to start a society, you at least should own a couch and not a love seat. That's my opinion. As supreme leader of the universe, which I just declared myself, if you're going to start a society, you have to do so from, at minimum, a couch, okay? I'll even give you a futon. I'll give you a full futon, but you can't do it from a love seat. It's just not becoming. How to get your freedom your way, how-to rights package.
Hi there, and welcome to Peacemaker Society Worldwide Law Firm Package Notice/Delivery Program Training. So what we're going to cover is basically how you go about actually taking information properly, as well as getting packages delivered to people. This is for the Your Freedom, Your Way how-to rights package, as well as people who want to work with us or strategic associate, get franchises, open programs. People are going to want to open local World Mediation and Standards Committee offices like we have here in Winnipeg, but a local version. So whatever people are getting in touch with us, this is going to train you, this video right now, how to actually go about processing that and filing it into the correct category and what paperwork to fill out. As well as I'm going to make some live calls so you can actually hear kind of what...
Yay! Live calls! My favorite. Baja says, holy cult, Batman. In my opinion. And, yeah, don't consent to legal action. Seems culty.
Questions get asked.
Maybe not Heaven's Gate kill themselves cult, but, you know, maybe a little Scientology-ish.
How I answer them, and through that, how you really hear kind of what questions get asked, how I answer them, and through that, how you can answer them too. So initially we're doing the video over the next few days to a week. We're going to put together some actual literature that'll go with this video, which you should have in front of you now as you're watching it. If you don't, please let your chief coordinator know, or send us an email, peacemakersociety@outlook.com, and we'll go ahead and send that through to you. As well, you should also have our society manual, as well as your position, duties, and responsibilities. It's all in one manual, so your local chief coordinator should have provided it. If you don't have that yet, let your chief coordinator know, or go ahead and email our head office at the email address.
Very bold single point lighting he has. The light's just over here, casting very harsh shadows behind him.
And we'll go ahead and get that to you. So what we're going to go ahead and do, first of all, if you're making calls, we don't expect you guys to actually rack up a big long distance bill. So even though in your contract it says we don't cover expenses, those are your personal expenses. However,
Meaty52 with 100 bits says, got here. Can you clarify, is this dude actually a judge, or did he just declare himself one? He declared himself a chief justice. He has no law degree. He has no... He's not a chief justice. He's not a judge. He just says he is.
For our programs, we do try and look after whatever you need to do to actually do your job. So depending on what country you're in, the actual calling card might vary, but we're going to supply or give you money to get just a long distance calling card. It's international, and through that, it also protects your personal phone number. So if you're calling from your own cell phone, the whole world won't have your number. So within that,
we're going to give you a tool so you can call a bunch of municipal governments, harass them, and they can't find you.
We're going to go ahead and just start making some calls. So within that, just stay tuned, and here we go. So the only other thing is just last bit of explanation. On the calling card, on the back, there's an 800 number. So from your local cell phone or home phone, whatever you're using to make your calls, you just go ahead and punch in the 800 number. And then when you get to that number, follow the prompts. And within the prompts, you actually just enter your code to the card, and then that'll give you your minutes and time. So on a sheet of paper, I just write down the date, notes, and the name of whoever I'm talking to. Yes, hello. It's there, please. This is Marcel. I'm calling you from Peacemaker Society. I'm just returning your call. Sorry it took a little bit. Yes, I'm doing very well. How's your day going? Good.
Let us hear the other side of the conversation, you coward!
I got your messages. First of all, you sound like a sweetheart. Let me start off with that. Thank you for being patient. Some people, they get a little impatient and the messages aren't as nice as yours, but yours was very sweet. So you had a few questions just in regards to kind of what you get depending on what. And we're in the process of developing things and we're growing very quickly. So those are perfectly valid questions. I'll just do a very quick overview, and then if you have any other questions, you just let me know, basically. So we have the one Your Freedom, Your Way how-to rights package. So the total on that is $1,000 to $1,500. It can be as little as $1,000, no problem though. But within that, we understand not everyone has $1,000 kicking around.
Oh God, this isn't a pyramid scheme, is it? Is he like, you can start your own branch of Peacemaker Society and then you can sell people these packages? Is this a sovereign citizen pyramid scheme?
So our cost to actually get the package made, pay the staff, and get it delivered is about $125 per package. That's our break-even point, basically. So we understand people sometimes don't have $125 as well. So under $125, you can start off with $5 or $10, and you just go onto either a website, or you can send in a check, or whatever works best. Just start off with a $5 or $10 if that's what you can afford, and then once you hit $125 through gifting, then we actually send you your package, and then you just agree to a monthly gift at that point for the remaining balance. But it could be $5 a month, could be $20, could be $50. It's whatever you can afford. We have a good governance law, that just says we don't want you hurting yourself to help us, and we can't hurt ourselves to help the public. So we kind of tried to work out a way that's it's accessible depending on what your situation is. But within that, if you don't have money for it at all, then you can actually just apply to work with us, and you don't have to pay to work with us. It's just basically if you want the package or to start a program to actually run one. And it's just because you need to know certain things to be able to be effective at that, and that's why they would need it then. And the only other thing is then when you get the box, or when you give your first $5 or $10, we open your honor credit account. So that is... Let me just explain. We have two categories of programs. There's a category that's completely free, and we pay for it through fundraising. So those are our food banks, programs like that. They're free to everyone in the world, whether they join us or not, whether they get a package or not, makes no difference. If you need food, you can get food. So we have a number of programs like that, but then we have programs that there's a little more expense to running it.
I hate... How do I put this? Salespeople, not the person, but I hate this particular kind of sales. I've seen this before. I've dealt with this before. I've never actually done this before. Although I think I could. I do this for a living. I can talk, so I could certainly... The sales technique, basically, of just talking on and on and on about the thing and being a little... oh, and then we're going to do the thing, and then you can do this and this and that, and let me... you know what I'm talking about? It has that rhythm, a very particular pace to it. It's always very disingenuous. I don't like it.
Law firm or things like that. So once people get our package or they're exercising their rights, those are our...
Doesn't really give you space to like stop or think about what they're saying or to interrupt, ask questions.
Our credit programs. So let's say you needed some coaching, and let's say a normal law firm would be $1,000. Our gift would be maybe $100, $150 instead of $1,000. And within that, you could give 10% up front as a gift, which would be... If it's $100, it'd be $10 up front, and then the other 90 just goes on your honor credit, and we'll keep giving you more honor credit as long as you make your $5 or $10 a month as a payment. And if you ever have a month that you can't, it's no problem, because it's all gifts. We're zero interest and zero collections. We can never try and collect off of it. It's just we offer so much help. We know people will want to keep participating, so that's why we have it set up. But if someone didn't like our pack,
we won't send you to collections. Marcel will just call you, scream at you, and say I'm a judge, you're fucked, bitch, multiple times until you pay him.
package or a program, they could technically just not pay us the rest, and we'd have nothing that we could do about it. But we're just that confident in what we're offering that we're really not worried about it. Now that I've kind of laid the overview, do you have some questions? Excellent. Yeah, excellent question. And within that, by next week, we're going to have a full overview out. That first video that's online right now was just supposed to be kind of like a training video for hiring for the teams that we're getting up. So the whole world kind of showed up at our door. So that's why we didn't have that stuff ready yet. We were just finishing organizing it. So what you get in the package, you get 10 CDs. One of the CDs is our audio advocacy, so that's live recordings of myself actually going into government agencies, talking to the signatory or the manager, and actually just putting them in their place, and you get to hear it.
I want it so bad, chat. I want those videos so bad.
Live, so it's proof in the pudding what we do works, and you get to hear them admit they don't understand their authority and things like that. We did it with Census, Parking Authority, the Downtown Biz, a whole bunch of different, some security guards, different things like that. And then you also get 9 other CDs. That's a bunch of different radio programs we've been on, different topics we've discussed, and each thing is a relevant issue, and all of it's slightly different. So in Canada, they've started implementing 8 p.m. curfews in some of the low-income housing. That's illegal, but private security is implementing it anyway. Things like that. So, and then beyond that, you get 5 DVDs. The one DVD is our interview, contract, and pay schedule, just so you have it all how it works. And then 3 of the DVDs are just our, if you go to YouTube, there's called Intro to Peacemaker Society. It's a 20-segment series. Those 3 DVDs are that. So if you even want to start checking some of it out ahead of time, you can. It's online. And then the other one that you get for a DVD is we were an expert speaker at the University of Winnipeg in Canada, Manitoba there. And it was for an international cop watch conference, and it was just called What is a Peace Officer? And we just go through and explain from our understanding as the experts that we are at this point, just what
I'm going to skip ahead of his sales pitch to see if he talked to the camera again.
If you learn a board game, you need to know the rules. So we've just put the rules in, and so people would believe us, we went and proved it while we were doing it. Background, any kind of professional, anything, or even if
this whole thing honest, just a sales pitch.
You're going to basically get 5 years of our society's. Let's say you pay $125, so that's very passionate, and again, I like to call nice people first. So, okay, pleasure talking to you. Stay in touch. Thank you, dear. Bye-bye.
Oh, yikes. Marcel. No. Oh.
This is Marcel Bessette calling from Peacemaker Society. I'm just getting back to you. You had gotten in touch with us about possible strategic association, or just talking some details, seeing where we kind of have similar passions and how we can help each other out, kind of thing. Yeah, this is the video that we're hiring worldwide, and you had sent us, I believe, an email or called, one of the two. I just have a card here that our administrators wrote down that we're supposed to give you a call, and that you wanted to just kind of get some more info and just talk shop and kind of go from there. Yeah, no problem. I can freshen that up for you. Basically, I'll just do a very quick overview for you. Do you have like 2 to 5 minutes to talk right now? Okay.
This goes on for 25 minutes.
Okay, perfect. Sure, perfect. Likely to do more business.
Sales pitches. I hate them. I really, really do. If you have to pitch me a whole thing for 25 minutes, I probably don't need that thing.
Signing, please make sure to ask them, just because we do want you to understand what you're signing before you ever sign anything. And that's a good rule in general in life, period. So services that you will provide to Peacemaker Society. You are hereby retained by Peacemaker Society as an independent flesh and blood man or woman and living soul contractor to provide some or all of the following services to Peacemaker Society. So there's a pay and gift schedule that goes with this contract, and that has the title of your position on it. So the paragraph that I'm about to read with you is going to mention a bunch of different roles. The title on your pay schedule and gift amount contract will basically...
Gift amount. If you're giving me a schedule to give you gifts, they're not gifts. They're bills.
Define what your roles are in this paragraph for you. So, depending on your role, you will sit on various committees, carry out strategies to recruit, hire, train, supervise, and develop staff or program needs on Peacemaker Society approved programs.
Feels like there's a very pyramidal structure to this organization. Is there a downline? Do I have a downline, Marcel? Are you my upline?
Committee chairheads or chief coordinators will also place ads in various media forms to recruit and build continental, national, and local public awareness teams and various committees as assigned across the Dominion of Canada and around the world. This is going to be to raise public awareness about Peacemaker Society approved programs and awareness campaigns, including but not limited to our community food programs, advocacy programs, distribution of political awareness educational materials, and to collect financial and food gifts from the public. Now, some of you, if you're in bookkeeping, you're not going to be collecting gifts directly. But however, if you're working with our public awareness team or food program, you may be signing agreements or collecting money. So just make sure that you follow what we just said there. Chief coordinators and committee heads will also train and supervise and handle all contracts with their team members. So basically, if you're a chief coordinator, you have authorization to sign contracts on our society's behalf. And if you're not a chief coordinator, you don't have to worry about that. Chief coordinators and committee heads will also train and supervise and handle all contracts with their team members. We said that. Committee heads are also responsible to oversee all gifts raised by their team and collect all financial and food contributions from said team daily. Peacemaker Society will pay all independent contractors directly in relation to any compensation or gifts awarded to each public awareness team member. So the reason that we have that explanation in there is basically, even though you're signing the contract, if you're a chief coordinator to add someone to your team, our society is always going to have to pay them or give them their gift. So that doesn't fall back on you.
Marcel, why?
Hi there. So we are going to go ahead and do our advocacy training now for one of our advocates that is on our worldwide management committee for that program. These are the actual people who will be processing the incident reports that come in from the public that wish to have us advocate on their behalf for areas they believe they're being violated. We'll do a review. We'll issue a quote on what the minimum gift is for us to help, and just because if we have to pay everyone's legal bills out of our own pocket or law bills, we would go broke. So everyone needs to pitch in a little bit, but we're very reasonable considering whatever the service is if you went anywhere.
That was a loud phone clack.
Hi there. Hi, how are you? Very well. This is Marcel calling from Peacemaker Society there. Yeah. Again, thank you so much for chit-chatting today and that, and I totally understand, no worries at all. There's so many things going on. I know what it's like when you're juggling, 15 things at once, and there's another one, like... Not offhand, no, but you kind of mentioned the title there, yeah. Oh, okay. Cool. Cool. Okay, gotcha. I'm just listening. I was just saying gotcha. Yeah. For sure, for sure. Just with regards, a little what comes to mind with regards, if you do that, you can still be in that system. All you have to do is anything you sign, you put all rights reserved beside your signature, and it means you're consenting to the contract, but you keep your inalienable, unregistered, unincorporated rights outside of that contract. So as you're attempting to do your job, if anyone interferes with it, you can still bill them privately and use that process against them without having to go to court. You would just notice them a violation, and then you're...
That's not how that works. Contracts already can't, take away your rights, right? Not like that, at least. If I sign a contract with a company and they're like, we are buying you as a person, they can't do that, right? Like the 13th Amendment, unless I'm convicted of a crime, then the government can enslave me. But, a private company cannot enslave you. It's not how this works. And stuff like the First Amendment doesn't apply to corporations in the first place. He's talking about Canada. I don't know what Canada, considers their rights. I'm not familiar with, the Canadian Constitution or whatever their foundational legal document would be. But, typically, if you have a right, it's a right under the law. And if it's something that a corporation can do, then it's probably not something that's a right.
You're already aware of all that?
Writing all rights reserved on documents isn't doing dick for you, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Yeah. Nice. We're on the same page. Yeah, that's perfect. No, that's beautiful. I love hearing that. That's beautiful. So as far as today goes, basically, I just wanted to kind of go over the vision of the program, kind of some of the systems that we use a little bit that will just paint the vision of exactly what this is, because realistically it doesn't need to take up very much time, but its effectiveness as well as its ability to be a really good source of funding for your other efforts that you're doing as well. We're finding that it's kind of what's allowing us to be successful right now, because it's bringing money in because people get a tangible result. So
again, he's selling this to people as you can make money doing this. He's literally coaching other people to commit. At least if they're in the United States, there are laws against the unlawful practice of law. If you're going around giving people legal advice and you're not a lawyer, and you're trying to tell them to do this, this, and that, it's against the law. You can't do that.
what's happening right now is, the example I'm going to use is, you know how usually right now in law, if you get a client, you go through the whole process with them, and obviously you need to learn all the details. Then you map out what it's going to be. You know, it usually costs them a lot of money because there's a lot of time involved, right? And obviously people need to be compensated for that. So basically I'm about to describe a past job experience that I had, or career experience, that kind of the math to it is what I'm rolling over as a system or a rhythm to basically advocating on people's behalf via instant reports. So once upon a time, I worked for Publishers Clearinghouse briefly for about a week and a half. I was in between jobs and I just needed something.
I'm shocked.
So it was processing complaints for damaged products, or they didn't get something, or whatever the complaint was. And they're big, long, detailed letters. So I knew already kind of I probably wasn't going to be there for the long run, and I was kind of bored. So what I would do is I just started trying to spot keyword identifiers. So I got this box of whatever, it's broken, I'm not happy. Right? It might be a 2-page document, but those are the 5 words that if it's on there, I know how I need to disposition it, basically, whichever way it's going. So within that, normally people that work there were doing anywhere between about 8 letters an hour, and the people with more experience were around 15 or 20 letters an hour, and you had to be at above a 99.3% accuracy rate or something to that effect. So using my system, though, I was up around 190 letters an hour, with still exceeding the accuracy rate. So what I've done with our advocacy process is I've created templates. So the templates apply universally for a specific type of instant that's coming in. So anything with Canada Revenue Agency is one, anything with
that's how the law works. You just get a flow chart. That's why no one ever needs a lawyer. You just well, the flow chart says it's a bad idea. Don't do that.
Hey guys, how are you doing? It is Marcel of the family Bessette. I am here with an amazing announcement. If you remember in the last video, I talked about a jewelry deal for $500 where it was going to be worth $10,000 or $15,000. Well, do I have news for you? It's worth more like $60,000 or $70,000. For sure, 50 or 60. I'm going to take you guys right now to take a look. Sorry about the lighting. It is about 4 in the morning right now, and I'm going to take you guys and show you what we're working with here. I'm going to put on a little music in the background, and this is owned by Peacemaker Society. This is one of our songs, and there'll be a few other ones. It's not too loud in the background because I want you to just hear and see what we got. So $500 into about $70,000, and I'm going to prove that math to you right now. So I'm going to flip this around so you guys can see. Here we go.
That's a movie.
Video.
God, he just loves filming, like, TVs. Marcel, no one wants to see you film a TV. Oh my god. This is such a grift, in my opinion.
Look at all of this. So let's get up.
Look at this tacky, ugly jewelry, and he thinks this jewelry is worth $70,000?
Close and really show you guys here.
Oh my god, look at this ugly turquoise jewelry.
Okay.
No, the music video isn't getting picked up. Even if it does, I'll just delete this section of the video. It's fine.
So, as you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 70
I don't think it is. Oh, okay.
rings. 70. Right? Now we're
Okay.
So that's about $1,400 for this one tray. There's 120 here. Now these
This is the ugliest jewelry
50,
ever.
26, 25, 30,
Sorry, I am skimming
43,
through.
162, 70.
It's gonna take him a decade to sell all this tacky, ugly jewelry. And he thinks he's gonna get $100,000 for this crap. Absolutely not. I can't even believe he paid $500 for it.
Advantage of the guy. So what I want to say is, to anyone who thinks that I took advantage of the guy, I didn't. I gave him our university card. I told him I will teach him everything in our course, absolutely.
No, that guy took advantage of you if you paid him $500 for that costume jewelry.
For free. He obviously added a lot of value. He knows that the proceeds from this are going to no-kill animal sanctuaries, as well as organic greenhouses to feed both ourselves, as well as other people in other communities and other people that we associate with and know in the upcoming what's coming from the system, and having access to things outside of needing masks or vaccines or any of that stuff. So your rights are respected. Again, this is how you make money. This is how you do it. If you're in North America anywhere, there is wealth all over the place, at least in Canada and the States. Probably a lot of parts of Mexico, but some parts maybe not. But in Canada and the States, absolutely. There people give away free stuff all the time. There's always people that have stuff. Just go look. Within that, thanks for checking it out. $500 into over $100,000. And again, let's go back.
You are not going to get over $100,000 for those ugly, tacky rings. What are you on?
I can take one more quick tour here, so you guys, you know, these are.
Look at these. Oh, they're terrible. Yeah, he started with like $50,000 or $60,000, and now he's saying $100,000. Oh. What? I don't want to know. Just look at these, though. This was in July. Marcel, how's the jewelry sales going? How much have you made? Can I see some statements that show how much money you've made off this ugly jewelry? Hit me up on Instagram. I don't know an Instagram. Bong rips for freedom. Right on. Canada Post, war criminal, unlawful order to wear mask.
Express post, please. Thank you.
Oh, you can't be in the store without a mask.
That's actually an unlawful order, but for your whatever, I'll use a scarf.
It's actually an unlawful order. It exceeds the limitation of powers under the Corporations Act. You guys have no authority.
Again, no. The Canadian government isn't a corporation.
That's what the sign says on the door.
I know, but that's an unlawful order. I'm just letting you know. Plus, people have medical exemptions. People have medical
Do
exemptions.
you have a medical exemption?
And it's just not a lawful order. It's the same thing they did in World War II, Nazi Germany. People have rights. As a corporation, you guys...
Always with the Nazis.
Fortunate.
That you guys are behaving criminally, and I'm video evidencing it, so... Corporation can't give orders to the public. No, limitation of powers, Corporations Act.
Why are you videotaping it?
Because this is a crime and I'm video evidencing it so we can litigate your store later. And you're also personally liable for being willfully negligent.
That person, even if they were... Let's say what he was saying was true. It's not. But let's pretend what he's saying was true. That person would not be personally liable. The post office, the Canadian Post, would be personally... Or, sorry, rather, the Canadian Post would be liable as a representative of the government. He doesn't even understand how liability works. You can't sue that person as an individual for the actions that they are being told to do for their store, for their governmental entity that they work for, whatever.
Perhaps you'd like to take the business off.
No, I wouldn't.
I don't want to be a part of this.
Then I'll exempt you. I'm exempting you from prosecution for violating my rights.
Wow, so magnanimous.
As a courtesy to you.
Did you need insurance on your car?
No. Thank you.
He's such a Karen. He just uses pseudo-legal threats to try and get his way. It's so pathetic.
Note that I'm being forced to cover my face in order to do business here.
Mm-hmm. That one was pretty pathetic. Oh, no. Here's another one.
We're at BMO Bank here, and they have lines on the floor like...
He's at the bank.
Nazi Hitler Germany.
Oh, yes. Remember how we all hate Hitler for putting lines on the ground that you had to stand a certain distance apart, and definitely nothing else that Hitler did?
And this guy is liable for giving people orders, so just making a record. BMO. So I've mentioned legality is not law, and that this is basically a crock of shit, so... Post this later. Thanks.
Legality is not law. Ah. 14,000 in credit card debt gone with one phone call.
Okay, so here we go. We're doing an advocacy phone call on behalf of Ralph from Peacemaker Society and myself regarding Royal Bank debt. So let's go ahead and do this.
He should grow the beard back. That's a good look. Makes him look more authoritative. It doesn't make what he's saying not bullshit, but I'm saying if you're gonna do a grift, you want to look authoritative, right?
Yes, hello. May I please speak to Mark Henry, the collection manager? My name is Marcel of the family Bessette. I'm calling as an advocate on behalf of a client from a private law firm. I'm just informing you that this debt is a fraud, and any further contact with my client will result in us billing you. So, yes, of course. You betcha, of course. The ID number is...
This debt is a fraud! Get rid of debt with this one easy trick.
359 50061. That's right, Hockner there. You bet. Perfect, thank you.
Guys, as a percentage, what is the chance that he's actually talking to someone and this isn't just him sitting on his phone with no one on the other end of the line? 60%? 70%? It's up there. Hi, kitty. Come on, you want to come up? She doesn't want to come up, apparently. She just wants to meow at me. Come on, then. There we go. That'll do it.
Hi there, Mark. My name is Marcel, the family Bessette. I'm just calling from Peacemaker Society private law firm. We're a competent law jurisdiction government. We've been contacted, or actually come into contact with Ralph Hopner there. He's basically in the process of claiming a sovereign right. So we've applied the banking administrative process for debt to your claim. And because it's billed to a legal person, not him the man, and there was no disclosure of body corporate or legal personhood or people being owned under the birth certificate, that basically invalidates the debt. So I'm just wondering if you have an email that I can send our documentation to so you can show it to your client, basically, just so it can be dissolved. Global.
So he spouts a bunch of sovereign citizen nonsense, assuming he's even talking to anyone on the other side of the phone. He might not be, who knows. But I'll give him the benefit of the doubt and pretend he is. All he did here is ask for an address to send his evidence to. He's going to get together a packet of a bunch of sovereign citizen nonsense and send it to this company that is going to laugh at it. Cool.
Yeah. And how do you spell that, sorry? Yeah. G-L-O. Okay. At AppFlow. Okay, perfect. And within that, we will have a private law fee schedule, so if he is contacted again or if the debt is sold, you guys would be liable then. But I'll go ahead and send that all through for you. Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Right? I've heard him put stuff on speaker before, which is why I'm suspicious and think it's not legitimate. Because he puts things on speaker all the time. But that one he didn't. I don't know if Canada is a two-party consent jurisdiction. I have no idea. Quatlou's debunker Van Balian like legal pedophile system cowards full of shit. I recognize some of these people. Van Balian is another YouTuber that covers Marcel. So Marcel has done some sort of response to these people.
Hello, everybody. How are you doing? It is Marcel of the Family Bessette from Peacemaker Society. Today, I am going to be addressing my alleged criminality from Quatlou's and Debunker, which are full of shit. First of all, what I'd like to say is these cowards who pretend that I'm illegitimate and not correct hide behind aliases. If you're so correct and you're so brave and you know so much and I'm such a criminal, first of all, why won't you even give your real name? Okay, first of all, to
wait a minute, wait. Marcel, you changed your name. I don't even know if you legally changed it or if you're just going by an alias. Either way, don't throw stones in glass houses now.
Under full commercial liability, under penalty of perjury, under oath or attestation, which is what I do when I make statements, unless I say it's my understanding or my opinion. But in general, when I'm speaking factually...
See? I cover my bases.
I state it as fact with my name and who I am, which means if I were wrong, I'm open for anybody to come and sue or charge anytime. Now, it's been 11 years and I have 0 charges pending. Police are not after me. I have no criminal cases pending. And the last time the Crown tried to charge me with anything, they stayed the charges because I threatened to bill and lien them for being a fraud. Now, to the people who make fun of having a fee schedule, okay, doctors, if you miss an appointment, have a fee schedule. When you go private law,
You're not a doctor or a legal practitioner, no matter how much you like to pretend you are in your off time.
Going from being a contract of service under your legal ID where they set the rates to being a contract for hire. So if somebody wants to give you an order, they are liable for your bill. And if they don't like the amount of that bill, then they better not give you an order. An equal cannot give an order to another equal. Everything must be offers. Go look up contract law. If anyone can force somebody to contract, no, they can't. Now, these people like Debunker and Quatluz and that, let's go to share screen here. They've been contacting me a little bit lately.
Okay, so he can share screen. Marcel, why are you filming stuff with a camera on your TV when you can clearly share screen? Come on, man.
And within that, I'm very happy that they did. So here's this Debunker guy. He played a audio that I had left for somebody, just giving them a message that they need to do a better job. And he actually brought up Quatluz and how that they talk shit about me, and allegedly they're real lawyers because they're not actually doing what they're supposed to be doing at all, right? Like, they're full of it. Let's go back to screen share here. I'm not sure what happened there. So yeah, so anyways, so this guy here, he's talking all kinds of crap. Talks about how they're ex-tax officials and that they are lawyers and cops and whatever. And he also keeps asking me for real case law. Well, I'm going to read my actual claim of right document here, which lays out some fundamental truths which are irrefutable. And if people like this guy want to argue with that, then he's a fucking moron and he won't even give his real name. So again, you're a coward. If you will not give your real name in law in a debate, it means you're a coward. If I'm such a criminal, come charge me. If I'm such a criminal, have police come and arrest me. And I would never insult myself by calling myself a lawyer ever, nor would I ever say I was a lawyer.
You just call yourself a chief justice, which is very different.
Because lawyers are pieces of shit sellout who will not tell the citizens anything that would diminish the state's ownership of them as part of their oath to the Bar Association, is my understanding.
So he thinks that part of your oath to the Bar Association is to lie to the populace about them secretly being chattel slaves to the government. Cool.
Lawyers are corporate. They're a corporation. Go ask any lawyer if they're a limited liability practitioner. If you are...
They probably are, because only... If you are not operating under limited liability as a practitioner of business, you are stupid, in my opinion. You are bad at what you are doing if you are not limiting your liability in some way, because you're going to get sued at some point by someone. Not by me, but I'm saying, like, that's a dangerous game to play. Why would you not want to limit your liability as a business practitioner?
You're a fucking moron. That's how come you're limited liability, because you're not fully liable for your actions. You are commercially incompetent. Go look up bonds and commercial competency. So now I am going to read a little bit of this. This is Notice of Understanding and Intent and Claim of Right. And for anyone who wants to know what a claim of right is, it is known as adverse possession in a Black's Law Dictionary. Enjoyment of real property under claim of right. Word for fucking word. So again, debunk.
Black's Law Dictionary applies to the U.S. law. You are from Canada. So what are you talking about, Marcel?
And Quatluz, go fuck yourself. You're fucking liars. Give me your real name, and I will launch a full investigation into all of you, and I will go after you for damages for the bullshit you've been talking since 2013. And I showed you my notarized identity document, and you said that just because a lawyer fills it out doesn't mean it's correct. If it's notarized, it actually does, because that's a judgment, dumb fuck.
No, it's not. That's not what a notary is. I've gone over this before. A notary is not checking the veracity of the claims of a document. A notary will just be there as a legal witness. A notary is someone who is registered with the state to be a witness to the signatory of a document, right? So if someone, like, if you sign a contract with someone and then later they're like, I didn't sign that contract, then they can bring in the notary who signed it, and they know that the notary is going to be honest because they're working, this is their job, and they'll say, yes, I saw this document be signed by this person. That's all they're saying. You could write whatever you want in a document and then come have a notary and pay them to be a witness to you signing the document. It doesn't mean the contents of the document are legitimate. It just means they legally are saying, I saw you sign this. That is the entirety of what that means.
Notaries are a judge, motherfucker.
No, they're not. My mom's a notary. She is not a judge.
Due process under common law, they are the private people's remedy. So fuck you. You want to doubt me? Fuck you. Give me your fucking name. Tell me I'm wrong under full commercial liability, under penalty of perjury, under oath or attestation. We'll see what the fuck's up. You fuck.
You're wrong. Boop.
Fucking satanic fucking loser piece of shit motherfucker. Fuck you and fuck the legal system and fuck any agent supporting it. Nuremberg trials, motherfucker. Go look it up.
Beautiful.
Anyway, here's my actual fucking document. This has been served to governments. It's recognized. I've gotten bank accounts with this, everything. Okay, so here we go. Whereas, it is my understanding, Canada is a common law jurisdiction. So is the United States. There you go. Equality before the law is paramount and mandatory. Understanding that a statute is defined as a legislated rule of a society which has been given force of law. It's my understanding that a society is defined as a number of people join in mutual consent to deliberate, determine, and act for a common goal. Argue with that and you're a fucking moron. Fuck you. Whereas my understanding that only form of government recognized as lawful in Canada or anywhere is a representative one. My understanding is that representation requires mutual consent.
No, you don't need to individually consent to said representation in order for it to be representative of you, right? When we're talking about the consent of the governed, we're talking about the governed as a whole. So like the United States, for instance. Like, Donald Trump in 2016 won the election for president. That's not great. I didn't want that. If I could, I would not consent to that, but that's not how it works. Based on the rules of our elections, he won the election. He got the consent of the people in the correct places to win the Electoral College. Therefore, he wins. This year, Joe Biden won the presidency, and a bunch of people in the country who are Trump supporters don't consent to that. But it doesn't mean that Biden isn't representing them or will be after January 20th after he's sworn in. Like, consent of the governed doesn't mean every individual within the populace. They mean collectively the population as a whole.
It is my understanding that in the absence of mutual consent, neither representation nor governance can exist. Can you be governed without your consent? The answer is no. Especially not by anything that's a corporation. And
the government isn't a corporation.
And I had someone comment that our island is still in a country. Actually, it's kind of like Rome. Okay, the Vatican Church is its own nation. That's what we are. I am my own nation. And the
No, you're not.
System recognizes it. So again, if you don't recognize that, fuck you, you're a moron. And this is going out to debunker and
He's so good. He's such a good orator. I like that on his sales calls, he's very cordial and polite, and then when he gets confronted at all with the fact that he's just spouting nonsense, he immediately goes into, you're a dumbass, you're the worst, and he just swears at people. It's very, very, how do I put this? It's very persuasive, Marcel.
Loose. Fuck all of you motherfuckers. I don't give a fuck what you think. You're fucking stupid. You're
Marcel, make a video about me, please. Let me get to some of these bit messages. Madly Grimheart, thank you for following. Probably a Lannister says, this is real damn official with the humming in his recording. Yeah, I don't know why he had that, like, low hum in some of those videos. Andrew Batello with 20 bits. I was thinking if Marcel ever comes on the stream, Hannah should probably hang up on him at some point with, I'm a fuck, you're judged. The Creeping Darkness with 20 bits. Last time I saw a set this bad, it had long-haired Nazi occultists sitting in front of it. Meaty52 with 100 bits. I got here late. Can you click? Oh, I already read that one. Marcus Drake, 50 bits. It's not a pyramid scheme. It just happens to be pyramid-shaped. Bellsthar with 30 bits. This is his grift 100% in my opinion. I don't consent to contract. Probably a Lannister with 20 bits. I do some salesy stuff in my job, and oh my god, this is so transparent and gross. Lavender Amberly with 100 bits. I hope the person he's talking to is just calling him for the memes. Cotton Candy 903 with 20 bits. I don't even know what he's going on anymore. This guy is completely losing me. Neko Lillian with 20 bits. Every time I hear this man scream and yell at people, I just keep thinking, ma'am, this is a Wendy's. Dr. Xanadu with 20 bits. There's a letter every 19 seconds. I call bullshit. Or that's a letter every 19 seconds. Cotton Candy 903 with 20 bits. What even is this guy doing? Grifton? Birch Moontree, thank you for following. Fryzerburn with 20 bits. It may be ugly jewelry, but here in American Southwest, he could sell them for $5 to $20 each to the right demographic, as dumb as it sounds, but who knows if he would make any real profit from those sales. Bellsthar with 20 bits. Gross negligence does in fact make people personally liable. Saying this is true does not make somebody grossly negligent. Yeah. KR Goss with, KR Goss, or Kerr Goss. I'm not sure. Whatever it is. I want to know who exactly has a real medical exemption. My dad has a heart condition and COPD and is on continuous oxygen, and he wears a mask. Also, my cousin is an extreme asthmatic, and she wears a mask daily to work without issue. If they don't qualify for exemptions, who does? I honestly couldn't tell you. Doom Smoothie with 20 bits. I believe without a doubt that even though this man is an anti-masker, if someone coughed near him, he would look them dead in the eye and say, could you cover your mouth? Maybe. I'm not sure. Fryzerburn with another 20 bits. He's not a great actor, so if he wasn't on the phone with an actual person, I don't think he could sit there and hold on for that long to pretend. Maybe. Andrew Patella with 20 bits. We really do need a Nuremberg emote. DM Trey with 20 bits. This makes so much sense. He got licensed as a notary, and now he thinks he's a judge. Cotton Candy 903 with 20 bits. These people clearly don't understand legalese, and then Dr. Xanadu with 100 bits. I must away. So long, Hannah, and so long, chat. Thanks for coming, Dr. Xanadu. Back to it.
Wrong, you're liars, and you're full of shit. Give me your fucking real name, and we'll find out who's fucking full of shit or not. I can have you charged anytime I want, even under the legal system, for the shit you guys say in public. Give me your fucking names, I dare you, you fucking cowards. And until you give me your names, I'm not putting one more comment you guys put on my fucking website. And to the people who think that you're allowed to comment on my website, I mean, you are, but I have the right to screen stupid. If you just say dumbass shit, your comments aren't getting on my fucking page unless...
And yet Marcel gets mad when he thinks I'm deleting his comments on my videos. That's hypocritical, isn't it? Funny how that works.
They add something that can teach...
I didn't delete any of his comments, for the record.
...each others, or if I want to put you in your place if you're fucking stupid. Whereas my understanding that all acts or statutes are restricted in scope and applicability by the Constitution and or Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms and or Corporations Act. Whereas my understanding that said scope and applicability is limited to members and employees of the government, or a corporation posing as government in this case. It is lawful to abandon one's social insurance number or social security number. It is my understanding that men and women in Canada or around the world have a right to revoke or deny consent to be represented and thus governed, hence self-governing. Research self-determination for anyone who's trying to make up their mind on this. You absolutely have the right. And just so people know, Peacemaker Society is not on any terrorist list anywhere in the world because we are peaceful. We do not use guns. We're not into any of that. We are not on terrorist lists. So anyone calling me a criminal or saying we're terrorists is a fucking liar. All we do is teach people their rights, educate the public on their remedy against criminal...
You don't necessarily... You could use the term terrorist colloquially. For instance, sovereign citizens are often accused of what's called paper terrorism because they clog up legal systems with a bunch of nonsense paperwork that have to be dealt with by clerks and stuff. So I imagine people are probably calling you either that or they're just using it as a term colloquially because you call and threaten people regularly. So that's probably what they're referring to. Galumphing Idiot, thank you for following.
Legal agents that are the criminal. People say, where's the case law in legal courts regarding sovereignty? There is Supreme Court case law that you cannot be owned by the state. The legal system...
You're not owned by the state. Being a citizen of a country does not make you owned by the state, but you do have to follow the laws of the country in which you reside. That's not the same as being owned.
criminal fraud, and judges, if they admit this in court, would go to jail themselves and be liable themselves. And the reason it's $1 million per infraction is because that's what insurance bonds are at, because that's a small sum of money when you're talking trillions of dollars or enslaving nations. $1 million is fucking nothing. Okay, period. And people have the right to bill what they want. You don't want their fee schedule, don't cause them harm, and don't give them orders if they're not causing you harm directly first. You ask, you make offers. That's how you interact with equals. All these people who think, oh, I can tell everyone what to do because I'm bigger. Fuck you. That's being criminal, asshole.
Okay, but you live in a society where your equals, other citizens, we live in representative democracies, different systems. You live in Canada, which I think has a parliamentary system. I live in the US that doesn't operate under a parliament. We have a Congress. But citizens as a whole come together, elect representatives who make laws that then apply to all citizens. That's how that works.
Do that and we'll have you charged under the legal system, motherfuckers. I don't care if you're a legal judge.
I like that he thinks the laws don't apply to him, but if he thinks anyone has slighted him, then he threatens them with the very legal system that he calls illegitimate. It's pretty contradictory, don't you think?
I don't care if you're the crown. I don't care if you're a lawyer. I don't care who the fuck you are. You're all corporate. Corporations' limitation of powers, when you're willfully negligent, it removes your insurance bond and puts you under full commercial liability, period. Anyway, whereas a sovereign, child of God, natural person, free man of the land, has revoked consent and does exist free of statutory restrictions, obligations, and limits. And this is how come Act and Statute. No, we don't have to listen to Act and Statute. And if you do, it's because you're a slave, because you don't know your rights, because you're a lazy fuck, you haven't taken our course, or done it on your own. You can go research all this throughout history. It's fucking easy and obvious. I'm not reading you guys everything in this, but within that, we have every right to be who and what we are. Period. So within that, this has been good enough to open up bank accounts. Here, let me go back to stop share.
Any organization can open a bank account. That doesn't make you a government. What do you not understand? I could go start a club tomorrow. It's gonna be the Michigan Goggle Aficionado Association, and I can get a charter together, and I can get a couple members, and then we can go to the bank and we can open a bank account. That's like the treasury for our organization, where we can collect dues and put them in there for when we want to go to goggle conventions, whatever. Opening a bank account in the name of your organization is a standard thing that's very easy to do, relatively speaking, and it doesn't mean you're a government.
Okay. I'm not showing the account number, but you guys can see your Peacemaker Society, right? Okay, checks, bank accounts, yep. Did we open at CIBC? Oh, you bet your ass we did. Actual documents.
Did he just switch the the color chroma key to like black or something? What did he do?
I don't need case law. I'm results, motherfuckers. My results are the proof.
Again, having a bank account in the name of your organization, all it proves is that you have an organization. An organization is not a government.
Undefeated, 11 years. No charges, no court, motherfucker. Debunker, Quatloos, go fuck your fucking selves, motherfuckers. I dare you to come fuck with me. You guys ever try coming after me in any fucking way, I'll have you charged with malicious prosecution, motherfuckers.
I'm pretty sure Quatloos and Van Balen and all those people just like want to laugh at you on the internet. Similar to myself, I wouldn't go after you legally. I don't care. I don't live in Canada. I'm not getting scammed by you. I have no standing to do anything to you. I just think it's funny.
Until the day I actually cause fucking harm, no harm equals no crime. So to the people calling me a criminal, you're the fucking criminal. You serve the legal system, you're the fucking criminal. And I've never said I'm a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer. I'm a sales consultant that...
You call yourself a chief justice regularly. And you give people legal advice regularly. It's a huge part of your business.
Actually outline freedom as a product that anyone can fucking learn, because lawyers would never teach you this shit because they're pieces of shit. for the ones who know, and there are other ones who don't even know how to do this stuff. I've had lawyers confess to me they don't know how to claim sovereignty in documents, and I've actually taught them. Okay, I've notarized identity documents from Michelle Maddock. Period. U.S. Supreme Court case law is in our Freedom booklet.
You live in Canada!
And our Freedom Ticket clipboard on the state cannot own the people. It is strictly there to regulate harm between people. Period. So fuck you, Debunker and Quatloose. Give me your fucking real names instead of hiding behind your pen name aliases, you piece of shit. Motherfuckers. You're the fucking criminals. So to Debunker, Quatloose, and anyone who believes them, fuck you, you're morons. They actually referenced the lawyer who does my identity document in their assault on my reputation. If I didn't matter and I was such a wingnut, why are they wasting so much time on me?
Because it's funny. Just to be clear, because it's fun.
If I am criminal, why don't they charge me if they're police and the FBI and all this shit? Because I'm not a criminal, so fuck you. I have every right to outline what lawful remedy for people is against people in the system, including having private investigators find their home address and bill and litigate them, as well as put their information public if they're a criminal.
He's threatening to dox them. Lovely. Also, I like that he decided I need to do a very serious video where I threaten people with legal action even though I don't believe in the law. What do I do as a background? And he, like, Googled business conference room. And he put that behind him. Oh.
Who's harming the public. It's a whole new ball game, guys, and if you think that I'm a criminal, fuck you, I'm not. Come learn your rights. Don't listen to Quatloose and Debunker. If they're not willing to even give...
How does he have a Yeti and still sound like shit? It's because he's got his gain turned almost all the way up. See that knob? The knob on the top that you can see at the very bottom here? That's the gain. Hold on, let me show you. Mine is all the way down, but if you turn it up, it blows your voice out, and it gets so loud. Sorry, that's loud. So he has his gain turned like all the way up for some reason. And I don't know why.
Their real name, how the fuck can you trust what they're saying? And show me the case law convicting me of being a fucking criminal. I've never been convicted.
Still didn't sound as bad as him. I didn't turn my gain up as high as his was. I didn't want to blow your ears out.
Of anything to do with our society ever. Our society has never been charged.
And he also doesn't have a mic sock. So all the pops, you know.
With a single thing ever. What I had been charged with was an assault for standing up for people after I'd been assaulted. The guy admitted he assaulted me twice. Any other case, my lawyer even said, would have been thrown the fuck out. I am right in everything I do, and the fact I'm not in jail is my fucking proof. So Quatloose, Debunker, anyone else talking shit, fuck you, you're cowards, you're sellouts. My results are my credibility. It's all over my website, Volunteer Manitoba, Social Assistance. Call Keith Bigger, the former probation officer for all of Manitoba. Call Mike Cook. Call Michelle Maddock. Call anyone who has interacted with me in the last 11 years. Call the Chamber of Commerce. They let us join. Call the bank. They open our accounts. Period. So again, this is a big fuck you to Debunker and big fuck you.
He hit the mute button. Yeah.
Bunker and Quatloose. And if I'm a criminal,
Microphones
charge me. If you're not going to charge me, then shut the fuck up. You're slandering my name. When I find out who you are, I will come after all of you with the full remedy of the law. I'm about 10 grand a month right now. We're going to be up to about 50 grand a month inside of about 3 months. And I'm coming for you motherfuckers. You think I'm forgetting you? Fucking reading that shit over fucking 11 years and you guys won't even let me on your website to respond? Like the cowards you fucking are? I hate you motherfuckers with every inch of me. Every inch of me. So know that because I can't physically touch you fuckers because I'm lawful, I can use every ounce of law to come into every angle of your life and fuck it up. So I hope you sleep tight, motherfucker. Because my influence is global and I'm bigger than you motherfuckers by far. And I don't promote my shit on here. I try to keep all my people off of fucking YouTube and shit. That's why our shit isn't bigger on YouTube. Social media is how we track.
That's
how
why.
you guys track everybody, right? So fuck that. I put out messages. I make you guys my bitch. You guys are my fucking whatever. I'm not even saying that because it's disrespectful to other people.
Peacemaker Society, by the way.
people. But you guys are bitches. You're slaves. Fuck you. I'm legit. My results prove it. And this is the last time you guys get an ounce of my energy because you're fucking full of shit and no one gives a fuck what you guys think. And I love anyone who listens to you guys that doesn't study me because of you guys, because it shows they're fucking stupid. They don't do due diligence and they don't prove it to themselves. To anyone who's on the fence, come learn it. Again, I'm not in jail. I'm not charged. If I'm a fraud, I would be charged. And I'm not. So fuck you if you doubt me. You're the coward poser motherfucker.
That's the clip you want to use for your Curb Your Enthusiasm meme video whenever he does get arrested someday for getting caught for his tax fraud. Allegedly. My opinion. The fact that I'm not in jail is the proof that I'm legit. And then hard cut to the article where it's his mugshot and it's sovereign citizen arrested for tax evasion.
And I'll see you guys in the next video. This was just to prove that Quatluz is full of shit. Again, this was accepted by Stephen Harper's office. This is accepted by banks. Right? Period. Fuck you, debunker and Quatluz. Give me your real name and I'll show you who the fuck I am. You'll find out. And either way, I'll get private investigators on you guys. Get me your home addresses and shit too. It's all in the system, right? You guys all have it on your ID, right? You all go on your computers. It's all linked. Really easy to find you. I'll see you motherfuckers around. Peacefully, lawfully, you're fucked. You fucked with the wrong one, bitches. And fuck you, judges, FBI, all you motherfuckers who think you're writing Quatluz articles anonymously. It's easy to find you fuckers. I already found the guy who works for the fucking financial magazine. I have his name written down. It's all good. I'll see you guys around, and I wouldn't fuck with me if I were you, but you're stupid. So, again, peacefully, lawfully, I'm coming for you. See you around, motherfuckers. And to anyone...
Peacefully, I'm coming for you.
who slanders me, big fucking mistake. And I'll make an example out of Debunker and Quatluz so you guys know what I mean. Waited a few years. You'll see. Cheers, guys. Ciao.
Absolutely beautiful. That was the perfect Bessette video. I loved every second. Full of threats, juxtaposed with claiming he's peaceful, misunderstanding of what notaries do. It's just excellent. So good. So, so good.
Okay, we're at Salvation Army thrift store on Sherbrooke Avenue. They're insisting that people wear masks in violation of rights law and international law. I'm gonna go serve notice right now and tell them they can go fuck themselves. COVID's bullshit and this is rights violations. They can go fuck themselves. Fucking assholes.
You wonder if Marcel's watching this stream? I guarantee he's not. Do you think if Marcel was watching this stream, he wouldn't be all over the chat and posting 30 messages a minute? He'll probably see it on YouTube later and blow up the comment section. And maybe even make a video about me. Hooray, my very own video where he could threaten me. That'd be fun.
Hi. I just came to video evidence this. You guys are requiring masks, right?
That's what they want.
Okay. I'm not so much here for you. You're cool. I'm just recording this. You're liable, hey, for getting people to wear masks so they suffocate themselves. You're violating international law for about $10 an hour. Hi, I'm video evidencing. You told me
Oh, Jesus Christ. Leave the employees alone.
I have to wear a mask, right? You're going on the internet for violating it. Actually, fuck you. I'm under international law. All rights reserved. You are a war.
International law is like non-binding. Why is he citing international law, which definitely doesn't agree with him anyway in this case, by the way?
Criminal, and I'm recording you. Fuck you on behalf of freedom, and this is going on YouTube. You just became famous. Your home address and photo are going online too. Let me get a nice up.
He just threatens to dox people. Is doxing not illegal in Canada? What's up with that?
Post here for you.
No, I'm not giving you permission.
I don't need your permission. This is a public space, retard. Fuck you.
Wow! That's where the video ends! Oh no, don't say that, Marcel. Don't say that. Ugh. Doxing isn't illegal in America. I thought some states made doxing laws, but maybe I'm wrong. I know it's not federally illegal, but I thought it was some states. Could be wrong, though, I guess.
Sir?
What authority are you acting under? What law? By what authority are you acting under? What law?
Sir?
What authority are you asking me questions under?
Just trying to ask a question because of what is going on here.
What's your name?
What?
You have to identify yourself. If you're arbitrarily interfering with my right to come and go, I'd like your name.
Security posted to this place.
He doesn't have to give you his name. He's a security guard for... This is a bank? Bank of Montreal. Is that a private entity? He doesn't have to give you his name.
Sorry?
Security guard
Even if it wasn't, he wouldn't probably have to. He's not a cop.
posted to this place. That's what that says.
You have a number? Okay. Okay. Go ahead, with all rights reserved. Go ahead.
So do you have any restrictions call?
No.
Have you traveled internationally within the last 14 days?
Good night, Rant
Do you
the
have any
Fool.
close contact with your
Or
family?
Ran the Fool. Thank you for
Do you have
coming
any
to the
close
stream.
contact with your respective units?
No. Okay.
Hey everyone, how you doing? It's Marcel the Family Bessette doing another vlog. This vlog is going to be on strangers, why they're bad, the reason community is so important, and all of that. So the reason that strangers are bad is simply due to the fact that you don't know them. In my own life, I would be honestly way more successful if I didn't have to deal with strangers. Every time I deal with a stranger, I don't know who they are, I don't know what they're capable of, and you don't find out until later. Another thing with strangers is they're not your own community, so as much as you try and amalgamate or fit in, at some point your standards in that community are probably going to vary, unless you're perfect.
Okay, Marcel, no matter what you do, most people in society are going to be strangers to you. You will never make friends with 8 billion other people. You're gonna have to deal with strangers.
Fit in natural community standards. This is why relationship circles are so important. Why not sending your children to school is so important. Homeschooling them.
Yikes.
Strangers are danger, man. Period. You know.
No, generally no, they're not. Your children are much more likely to be hurt, assaulted, or kidnapped by someone they know, a family member or a friend of the family, or even a parent, than they are strangers, statistically speaking.
I don't know what their true agenda is, any of that.
It's good for your kids to go to school because they get to learn to socialize. Right now we're dealing with COVID, so they're doing online school, hopefully, in places where they can. But yeah, no, you should not homeschool your children.
Lucky in that I'm pretty tough, so in the times that, you know, people who are strangers have tried to hurt me, I'm able to win, so I don't really worry about it that much. But now I'm succeeding a lot more because I don't allow strangers into my circles. When I tried hiring staff, you know, I had people trying to blackmail me. You know, when I was a teenager and attractive, I had guys hitting on me and lawyers doing bad stuff to me sexually in that. You know, when I was a kid, strangers molested me. I've been in over 500 street fights, most of it sticking up for strangers, and I don't fight anymore. I have an oath now, so I'm not allowed to throw the first punch or anything anymore, which is lucky for a lot of people that are stupid, including the few people that fucked with me this week, but whatever. Just talking to people trying to attack me and stuff. You know, the more peaceful you are, the more other people think they can mess with you. So long story short is the reason you need to have a society and a community is so you can have people you know around you and then build it out from there. Relationship circles. I talked about those in another video. It should only be people you trust with your life,
in your inner circle, like rings of a tree. You go out, it should be family, friends, people you've known your whole life, all of that. Because I moved around a lot my whole life, and anyone else who's moved around a lot, you don't have that same core group, if you will, as people who have a healthy functioning family and society do. So for those who have healthy functioning family and community, that's fantastic. Just implement what we do for privacy, for safety, for financial wealth planning and that. And if you're someone where you are alone in the world quite a bit, you don't get along with your family, you know, you've been left to the world's devices and that, founding your own society will protect you and create a shelter for you. So long story short, strangers are bad, private law societies are good, families intact are good, and you need healthy families for a healthy society. So we need to all stop interacting with so many strangers. You can interact with them, but you don't let them in your home. You don't tell them where you live. You don't give them any leverage to harm.
Wait, Marcel, are you going up to people in public and being like, hello, I am Marcel and this is my address? Yeah, you don't typically give strangers your address. What?
You in your life until you've known them like 10 plus years and you trust them with your life and you would vouch for them like the mob would if you're entering a group. I'm not saying you're like that, but just that's how it goes. So within that, everyone out there, have a great day. Stranger danger, stay away from it. Protect your kids, protect yourselves, form communities. Peacemakersociety.org. We do have membership open again. It's not free, but it's worth way more than we ask. So within that, it's $1,000 a year, $100 a month. That's what we're going for. There's a debt letter, gets you out all debt. And again, you found your own community so you don't have stranger danger anymore. Say no to strangers, say yes to yourself. You are sacred. You have the right to be around other sacred people that honor and value who you are from your own perspective. Strangers, they're going to judge you, hate on you, and if you go against their standards, they're probably going to try and hurt you, or many of them do anyway. So get rid of stranger danger, form your own society, join Peacemaker Society when you're able, just to study and learn how to found your own, and then from there you'll be on your own and have your own community. Thank you guys, and again, strangers are danger. If you're raising family and kids, try and put roots down for them. Try and make it that they have a stable upbringing, because if you move them around a bunch, you're really setting them up for a lot of harm. Thank you. Have a great day, and get your kids out of school. Fuck the police. Fuck income tax. The legal system's a fraud. Legal equals stranger danger. Corporate, say no. Peacemakersociety.org. Learn your rights. Thanks, guys. Say no to strangers. Found your own community.
Oh, Marcel. Marcel. I gotta watch this one again.
Okay, this is criminal liability notice to Pallister, the whatever guy, parliament guy in Manitoba, who's leading the COVID garbage and rights violations. This is criminal liability notice for him in his office, and I'm calling his constituency office 204-489-0828.
Brian Pallister. Her name? At
SEC.gov, that's what you're calling the government of Canada. It is a corporation and a corporate jurisdiction. You are exceeding the limitation of powers in the Corporations Act, and citizenship is a criminal fraud in that there's no meeting of the minds that you strip people of their common law, natural law, and birth rights, sovereign rights, indigenous rights, whatever you want to call it, God-given rights, to put them under corporate personhood. Marcel the Family Bessette of peacemakersociety.org. We are a recognized competent law jurisdiction government, and we're recognized by all levels of the legal system in Manitoba and around the world.
No, they're not.
But we are unregistered, unincorporated, and competent because we are not limited liability like you guys. So I just wanted to put you on notice. You guys are committing genocide against all people with this COVID garbage. It's a lie. Look up the experts on londonreal.tv or go to peacemakersociety.org and watch our YouTube playlist. We're not laying down for this. We're organizing people across the country, and you guys will be held liable personally. It's called willful negligence. It removes you from your insurance bond and puts you under full commercial and personal liability. So within that, we will use lawful process peacefully, but know that you will all be held accountable. All of your pay stubs for all the COVID hotlines and all of that can be found by private investigators, and we do have the ability to bill and lien all of your agents personally, which we are going to be working towards.
That would be a felony.
us or other people that are also
Filing false liens is a felony.
Law. We are sovereign and we are recognized. Our identity documents, everything, bank accounts, everything. We've been around for a long time. We joined the Winnipeg Chamber of Commerce as an unincorporated association. Judge Corin, my lawyer was Mike Cook. We have sovereign identity documents from lawyers. We're not a joke, and what you guys are doing will not be tolerated. And
You're kind of a joke.
Equal cannot give an order to another equal. Everything must be offers. And the contracts you guys are using through citizenship are a criminal fraud. Birth certificates are slavery bonds. Reference 1985 Canadian Ownership, Control, and Determination Act. This is a long message, so I'm going to get off. You guys can respond either by calling 204-698-2684, or you can email us peacemakersociety@outlook.com. Within that, though, we encourage you to cease and desist all this COVID crap, because it's a lie. It's a DNA material. World Health Organization is funded by Bill Gates, and they're a corporation too, as is the United Nations. What you guys are doing is just appalling, and we're keeping track of all of you. So you guys go on the news, we're writing your names down. It will be a class action lawsuit within the legal system, as well as we will look into, as time goes, personally billing, liening, and bankrupting all of you. Have a great day, and stop being a war criminal. What you guys are doing is a criminal fraud and violates the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms, as well as just natural law and common law, which are the foundation to corporate rules given force of law, which is what the legal system is. It's voluntary, hey? And you guys forgot that. You're committing just genocide. Smarten up. Study our website, study our YouTube. We are factual, and you guys are fucked. You think I'm going to give the people all your information and let them deal with you guys, hey? Like, you guys fucked up, and this whole notice has been recorded and will be on YouTube with your guys' information for other people to call and contact you. You think you guys are causing trouble for the public? The public's about to cause you guys a lot of shit, lawfully, peacefully, within correct process, so you don't get your panties in a bunch. Have a great day, you fucking war criminal piece of shits. We'll see you around, motherfuckers. Bye. And again, this was all recorded. You're famous on YouTube in the next week. Thanks, guys. Cheers. Bye.
Famous on YouTube. A whole 385 views. Hooray.
That's how you hold these fuckers accountable. Back to speaking articulately, now that I'm dealing with you, the public. You know, it's unfortunate that I have to use the language that I do. I would rather just be polite. But as you guys saw in the previous message to the COVID hotline, they don't identify themselves when they hang up. These people, they do identify themselves, but they just go along because he's probably a Freemason. Maybe not, but probably. And I'm just sick of all these people. So if you're helping the system, you will be held accountable. Look up Nuremberg trials after the Nazis. I'm not saying it's today or tomorrow, but trust me, you will be held accountable. I guarantee it. As does my society, which now lives on beyond me, because we have other people assigning authority now too. Boom. See you guys soon. Cheers. Keep the power, guys. You have power. You are the power. You are the law. Who owns the law? You do. There are many kinds of law, but there's one foundation to them all, natural law. It supersedes contract law, canon law, act, and statute. All law is different, but is built on this one principle. It's the foundation to it, which is the foundation of all law. Where do your rights come from? You in the universe put your living soul into your flesh and blood body. That makes you a nation unto yourself. I'm having a little trouble reading the shirt upside down, but it's on flyers and stuff on our website. It's also in the university course. Peacemakers. Hey guys, how's it going? It's Marcel, the Family Bessette.
This is probably gonna be the last one, and I'm gonna call it a day. We've been going for 3 hours on this shit.
I just wanted to give a quick message out to the businesses that are out there and all the entrepreneurs that are being told you have to get people to wear masks. You don't. You have no obligation to a fraud.
If the Canadian government or your provincial government, is that what they call the governments of their provinces? Provincial? I'm not sure. Either way, your local or whatever governments, if they're saying you need to have a mask legally, then you need to have a mask.
Corporate system trying to use their own policies to tell the public what they have to do is criminal. It exceeds the limitation of powers in the Corporations Act. And ask any accountant if you have to honor a bill that's a fraud. You don't. It's the administrative banking process for debt. It's the process that we as a society use to refute any legal debt because it's a fraud. And you have no obligation to a fraud. So Don't force your clients or customers to wear masks because they can bill you for that because that's fraud. You're exceeding
No, they can't, and it's not a fraud.
your limitation of powers, and it's a far more serious offense to violate international rights of individuals under private law, common law, natural law, and even in the legal code than it is to take a little fine and just fight the fines. You don't have to pay those fines. You know, it's a fraud. And how you beat it, if you're worried about losing licenses, is you become an unincorporated association. Call TD Bank, ask them if they have an unincorporated association bank account. They do. You stay unregistered, unincorporated, and you use fee schedules to bill any agent who tells you you have to do anything into oblivion, because a limited liability incompetent corporation has no right to tell a living soul what to do. Anyway, that's my message. Bank administrative process for debt gets you out of all debts and fines. Don't pay them. Become an unincorporated association instead of being a soulless beast of a corporation. Mark of the beast, right? Anyway, I'm not super religious, but this is what the Bible's been talking about for 1,000 or 2,000 years.
I'm not superstitious, but I am a little stitious.
They believe in all this stuff, so it's important that you understand how you don't have to pay them. They're a bully, that's it. Any unlawful gang you have no obligation to, and act and statute legality is a criminal fraud. Thanks, guys. Have a great
I know what he said.
Great day. We'll see you in the next video. And remember, who owns the law? You do. Cheers, guys. And for how to own the law, peacemakersociety.org.
You don't want to have a shirt that's a whole document, right? Shirts, if you have like a brief slogan, that's fine, but no one's gonna stand there and read the entirety of your shirt.
All rights reserved university.org, peacemakersociety.org. The code to the freedom package is peacemaker1, all lowercase, and the templates that you fill in to do your own unincorporated association are at allrightsreserveduniversity.org. The codes for that are ARRU1. It's fill in the blanks, you add a date, you add your association name, you send them, you mail them, that's it. You open it, you get your bank accounts, you're free, and then you fee schedule and use private law to hold any legal agent accountable. This is Nazi crap. This is the same crap that Hitler pulled. And again,
as we all know, Hitler made people wear masks to prevent the spread of a virus, and that's what everyone hates Hitler for. Nothing else happened, clearly. No, Marcel, I think it was World War II and the Holocaust that people don't like Hitler for.
People were rounded up after and prosecuted that went along with that system. People in World War II did not know what was being done to them. Many of you are in the same boat, but now you know this is criminal slavery. Birth certificates are slavery bonds. Leave that.
No, they're not.
That system. Come into your rights. It's the open market. It's the free market. It's the private law. And that's where entrepreneurs want to be. And it's the only way you're going to survive this without being owned in order to do unlawful things that cause genocide. Masks are suffocating people. They're breathing.
No, they're not. Masks are fine.
Their own carbon dioxide. So you are a war criminal if you cooperate with that. Thank you, guys. Don't worry about the fine.
I wish that I was so, like, in such a good position that I felt that wearing a small piece of cloth over my face was tantamount to a genocide. How good must your life be that that's such an imposition? Ridiculous.
Let's fight them. We have the templates. We'll happily show you how. Shoot me an email, peacemakersociety@outlook.com. And thank you guys very much. We'll see you in a future video, and stand up for freedom, because if we lose that, we have nothing else. Cheers, guys. Bye.
Awful. Okay, let me do these bits, and then I'm going to call it an evening. I'm going to go get ready for D&D. Bellstar with 20 bits, Hannah, GoggleCon 2021, Cotton Candy 903 with 20 bits. He's spewing so much shit that he's disappearing into the ether. Canadian Left Support with 30 bits. I think he thinks that unless literally all the people in a government agree on something, it can't be a real government, which is just insane. And by default, I guess he thinks that the government must be a corporation. Cotton Candy 903 with 20 bits. Someone hit the Sovereign Citizen Extinction button. Logarth with 20 bits. I'm not a lawyer, but I would think this falls somewhere in the range of harassment. You can't just go up to someone and harass and threaten them. I'd agree. Logarth with 20 bits. Someday this man is going to harass the wrong person and he's going to be found. Oh, I'm not going to read that one. Andrew Batella with 20 bits. He says not to go around giving everyone your address, but threatens to dox people who laugh at him. Yeah, he's a hypocrite. Enreath with 30 bits. You know, it's serious when flip phones come out. You get the dramatic flip hang up so people know it's real. Action Johnny 420, thanks for following. And Killjoy 102 with 20 bits. Sausage Cleanse. Maybe a brief one. Hold on. I'm gonna see if what's a quick one. Sort by. You can't sort by time. They're all pretty short, but I'd rather do like a quick one. I guess I could show you guys one that I've already seen, but I'd rather do one that I haven't seen. Is there another like minute long? Fire sausage. Let's go with this one. This guy makes sausages out of different things.
Well, hey there, folks, and welcome back. I guess. I have no idea how to make a fire sausage, so I figured we would use Fireball, and we'd make a sausage with that. So it's the fire sausage. Abracabad editing. The smell is not a good indicator of what's to come. I wonder if this stuff's any good. Whoop! Is Mr. Potato Sausage. Burn the world. Let's sausage. Alright, so I guess here we go. We didn't flavor it with anything other than just the Fireball, so, I'm going to give this a 1 out of 5. Bop, 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 bop.
Oh, God. Okay, let's do the popcorn sausage real quick, and then we're done.
About a truce, right? Popcorn's...
Peach Tay with 40 bits. I finally caught alive. I listened to you at work to start my day. Oh, I'm about to end, though. You caught just the end if you just showed up. That's a shame.
That's just as dumb as sausage casing sausage. If you didn't know that was in there, you know it's in there now. It's definitely doing something in there. It's like that scene in Gremlins where they all turned into the Gremlins. We can save this. I don't think we can salvage this. Gotta sausage something. Aha.
Strawberries.
We did have a slight burst. We're still hanging on by a thread here.
And I couldn't handle it.
Let's give this bad boy a shot. Fundamentally the same as the Charlie, fruit thing we made. Don't worry, Charlie Candle. We're gonna get it one day. Bop, 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 bop.
That's Sausage Guy. Hey, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. Here's the link. Someone recommended Doc Midnight for a raid. Someone I'm not familiar with. Healthcare professional, scientist, and educator, bridging the gap between medicine, science, and society since November 2020.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
The formation of
okay. Sure,
so
we'll do a raid.
Research still ongoing today.
Henry,
yes,
thank you for gifting us up.
Probably going to be ongoing for like fucking forever.
So thanks everyone for coming. I'll be back tomorrow for something else if I do. I might not. Again, we're doing New Year's stuff tomorrow, so maybe I'll just not tomorrow. I've been streaming a lot lately and I haven't really taken a day off. But who knows? Maybe I'll do something brief earlier in the day. Maybe not though. If not, I'll see you the day after.
Oh, that's
so thank you everyone. This was fun. Chat is valid, and I hope you have a wonderful evening. See you guys later.
Dr. Drew gets COVID-19 now, believes COVID is